They're in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Good evening, guys. Good morning, good afternoon. How you guys doing? I've got a really fun stream today. This is going to be all on you guys. So we might have to wait just for everyone to start coming in before we get into the main event. But it's going to be a good one. I'm telling you right now. Right now. Boom. How are you guys doing? Welcome, 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 welcome. Let me bring up the proper chat system so that I can see you all properly. Because we are going to be needing the control room today. Good afternoon, Romby. Welcome, Citrix, MFK. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I said, today it's going to be a really good stream. I need you guys right now, if you want to help me out, start sharing the stream, maybe in your Discords, maybe in your Alliance chat. Let everyone know, because this stream is all on you. It's going to be all on you guys when we get involved. So I'm just going to obviously share the stream so people know. And then once we get some viewers in here, we're going to start cranking off. It's going to be a banger. So if you guys are ready for this, this is going to be a video as well later down the line, and you'll understand why. How you guys doing? Yeah, you all good? You having a good time? Shire at everyone. Do I dare do it? I'll just do this. I've got an easy way. Copy message link. I'll just do this. Boom. So let's get this show basically on the road. Send the word out to everyone. Sweet, we're good. We're all good. So, this is what the plan is gonna be, chat. Let me, is the music alright, by the way? Music's not too loud? Because obviously we're gonna try and keep the music in the video if we can. So, what we're gonna be doing today, like I say, it's gonna be all on you guys, but... Ooh, that's the wrong one. That's all of you guys. How you guys doing? Is it? There we go. So you guys are going to be voting for Signet rings. And what we're going to be doing is we can take it nice, I wouldn't say nice and slow, but we are going to put a vote up so you guys can vote where you want these rings to be. And we will go, obviously, in game. So whenever we're going to be talking about a ring, it will be on screen while we are all discussing it, and you guys can be technically voting towards it, right? So for example, right, if we were going to do a Radiant Guardian vote, this will be on screen. You guys can vote, and at the end of that vote, we will be placing it wherever the majority has gone. So I want to see where you guys think these are going to be, because I have recorded my brand new Signet ring video myself already. So what I'm going to be doing is releasing that video first and then releasing this video after, and we can see where people line up. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys have a different opinion? You know, it's going to be a little bit of fun. I think it's going to be interesting. So it's all going to be about Signet rings for you guys. Dun, 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 dun. So hopefully I've explained that. We will obviously have to explain it a few more times, I'll be honest. We will have to explain it a few more times probably as we get into things, but it is what it is. But that's going to be today's one. So we will let people get into the stream just to get, you know, some people in, and then once we do, we'll start cracking on, because then once we start cracking on, it'll be obviously better. Obviously the more the merrier. That's the plan. So we need a decent number of people in to start off with. So while we wait for that, I just need to basically do these, because we have already got a replenish, so we can just quickly do these while we wait for you guys. So yeah, that's gonna be today's stream basically. So I'm gonna wait, like I said, gonna give everyone like half an hour or less than half an hour, you know, and then we can probably just crack on, because by then we'll probably have like 30-40 of you, maybe more, who knows. All right. Bum, 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 bum. I should send off my guy to a attack. When do I do my scouting? A little bit more attack proficient. More time. Deploy. I might get these ones done. I need to check out how many points I'm on after this. I don't know. I don't know. But how you guys doing? Welcome. Do you think it's a good plan? Do you think it's a good plan? That's the real question. You gotta think, being a content creator, I need to like think of really clever ways of like getting you guys involved as well as making my own content. You know what I mean? So like, I think this is like knocking two birds out with one stone. Especially like, I've already made my own tier list that's coming out most likely tomorrow, and then this might come out Monday, you know what I mean? So it'd be interesting to see what happens. So let's just attack away, just get everyone, like I said, in before we start the vote off. You should watch the Warrior Cavalry video. Some blue rings works great on my main March. I wonder how will other blue rings do against perps and yellows. Yeah, it's the thing with like the blue rings. You kind of will hear it in my Signet ring tier list video, where a lot of the blue rings you can get at like level 30 really quickly. And the thing is, the value they have at level 30 is kind of crazy. So it's a really good stepping stone, and they normally do a better job than a lot of rings until you get those epic rings to, you know, level I would say like 25, 30 onwards, when they start to clearly outscale, you know, the stats and the effect on the purple compared to the blue. You know what I mean? So you just gotta just take it as is. And the thing is, blue ones are super easy to work on. I'm going to start working on all of my rings now, because I don't really need to do anything now. You know, I've got all the rings I need on my account. I can just start, honestly, pumping into, like, using these coins and just dusting it up, boys, you know? Like, I could just go, woo, all the time, or... You think Cleo would perform okay with Philip and Sun Tzu? She'll be okay, but she's just definitely not a Theodora. Theodora ain't being replaced by Cleo, let's just say that. Like, Theodora is way better in every regard, just on the skills that you can get as well. So it would probably work out. I'm not gonna say it wouldn't, because we haven't fully gone down that route to test it, but I definitely don't see her replacing Theodora. Like, you look at Cleo's skill, larger than all attack, deal strategy damage, increasing your commander's might and strategy. It's like cool. It's a good little steroid, I guess, but like, the power of Theodora is just craziness, man. Reduce your troops' damage taken, already cracked. Every time your commander uses 3 active skills, the next signature active skill deals extra damage, which is just crazy. And then you reduce the damage of the first commander skill taken by your troop after entering battle by 30%. So she just does an absurd amount of reduction all on one hero. And that's not even going into like Immortal Army, and then you could go down War Tactic as well if you really wanted to, and that would just give you sustain and sustain and sustain. Or you can go down the burn for Suleiman procs and get that burn damage going, you know what I mean? So definitely Theo's better than Cleo, but I guess Cleo could be okay. I wouldn't even replace Philip with Cleo. Nah, because the strategy damage taken bonus Philip gives is infinitely better than attributes. Like, it is. It's like an almost like a, I wouldn't say it's a multiplier, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's adding so much more damage on. It's crazy because it's a percent here. You know what I mean? I don't even know what the max is because I can't remember it. Because we tested a max Philip. We went Sun Tzu, Theodora, and Philip. And then at one point we did Sun Tzu, Charlemagne, and Philip. And bro, the amount of damage that match pumps out, it's just crazy. It's crazy. So like, the strategy damage taken bonus is way more beneficial than the attributes, in my eyes. I got no targets nearby again. I want to record that video, but I might have to teleport. Let me have a look. Is there like any like randomly down here or something? They must get killed so quick that I don't even get to see them. I'm sad, man. That's what I'm saying. Right, what we're going to do, we'll start off with some of the signet rings. We'll start off nice and slow. We'll put up the categories that you could be voting for, and then we'll start cracking on, guys, right? So we'll do that. How you doing, Cubone? We'll mute the music for this as well for you guys, you know what I mean? We don't need music on at the beginning. We could do it during thing. I'll do, like, say, some live recording for you guys. So this will be like part of the video when it comes out, probably sometime next week. So what we'll do is here, I'll just explain the rules to everyone kind of in stream right now. And then that'll be done. And then we can kind of like start cracking on. Yeah, we all good? We all happy with that? I'm happy with that. Right. So the way we're going to be doing this live commentary, live community tier list is pretty simple. We're going to be bringing up one by one different rings in Age of Empires Mobile, and the live stream on the day of the recording, and obviously this live stream will be technically down in the description down below when it goes live, you'll be able to see that we're voting for whatever category. The main 4 categories that we most likely are going to be putting majority of rings are going to be either in the priority, the best in slot damage ones, the best in slot support rings, and then this is literally any ring you guys believe is good, flexible choices, or just generally a good and okay ring, because generally that is what most rings are. There's some rings that are niches, and I've already gotten rid of for a lot of you guys the quality of life rings in this category. So these are technically all of your gathering speed ones plus the XP. And then in the niche categories, if you guys are wondering, this is the siege ring trifecta. So if you wanted to build a siege Beige March, that's going in there. So that kind of gives you an idea what the niche category is. So as we go through here, you know, we might have to bring up, some of you guys might be saying, Sneaks, this might be a niche vote, you know what I'm saying? So we might have to go and through and put that on, but most of the time it's gonna be in these top 4s. You guys are gonna be able to vote for one of 4 options, and basically let's kick off the first ever ring. Let's do this, guys, right? Because why not? So the first ring we're going to be doing, I'm going to start nice and easy. We'll work our way up, probably from some blues into some purples into some legendaries. We'll mix it up a little bit as we go through here for you guys. But the first ring I'm going to let everyone vote for. Ring of the Clover. Ring of the Clover is going to be the very first ring for you guys. So just wait and you guys will be starting to vote. There we go. So now you guys can see how we're going to be doing this. I'm going to just let the music play now, and we'll just carry on like normal, if that makes sense. And I'll just record what I need to record. So we're going to be voting. We're going to be voting. Is this ring, remember, this ring gonna be a priority ring? Is this gonna be one of the top priorities you need to be making in the game? Or is this gonna be more of a best in slot support, a best in slot damage, a flexible ring? You guys pick, right? So Ring of Clover. We've got priority. I might spell them wrong, but it is what it is. Boom. There we go. Get your votes in. And again, just to remind all of you, I will now be able to switch happily over here. As you guys know, we've got these categories. These are going to be a flexible, okay, best in slot damage, priority. We could technically like get rid of the best in slot damage one for this run. You wouldn't really obviously put it there. But where do you guys want to put it? Is it going to be a high priority for players to try and get as fast as possible because it's such a good ring? Or do you think it's just one of them best in slot support rings early game? Because now I'm going to be talking, you guys can obviously like weigh in and listen a little bit about it, right? Because the Ring of the Clover, you got to think, is a blue ring. You're going to be able to get this really easily. It doesn't cost you that much, right? And then on top of this, to upgrade it, you're only going to be upgrading it to level 30. And by doing that, you get a 25% reduce in troop damage taken. So you are rolling a 50-50 dice on doing it, but when you do, it lasts for 3 seconds. And it happens every 6. So what do you guys think? Do you think this is a good ring? Do you think this effect is a premium effect? Do you think it's a bad effect? You guys can give your opinions in obviously the live chat. I'm going to be able to see you guys, you know, chatting away on this. So it's going to be interesting where you guys think this is, because obviously my tier list is going to look completely different. So I think your, like the community, like the hive minds tier list, you know what I'm saying? So And we'll keep every vote going. I don't know when I started this one, but I'm going to say we'll give it like 2-3 minutes. You know what I mean? We'll give it a decent amount of time. So just remember, if you don't want to vote straight away, you don't have to. Remember, you could wait, hold your vote, listen to MrSneakyy, give you the input, and maybe I can sway one of your decisions in there, right? Because you got to think, Ring of the Clover, having that troop damage reduction really early on is going to allow a lot of marchers to survive. And some blue rings are pretty good in the game, right? So, especially when you're trying to find maybe a stepping stone to something like Tranquil Water, right? Or Falcon, right? There's all these rings we're going to be talking about in the future, but wherever you guys place the Ring of the Clover is going to set the tone of this tier list, right? Do you reckon it's... I could have got rid of the best in slot damage for niche, but I don't think it's a niche ring, to be honest. I think it's one of 3. It's either a priority, best in slot support ring that you can get early game, and it's going to be great, or it's a flexible, it's an okay ring. It's just good, you know? It's there. It will do its job until you find better. Let's see what the chat's saying so far. We've got 8 votes. We've got 19 of you. We've got too many lurkers. Come on, lurkers. Start voting. But we do have 3 minutes on the clock. 67% of you are saying it's flexible / okay. It's an okay ring, right? 22% though are saying priority. And then 11% says it's one of the best in slot supports. I love it. I love it. I'm waiting for someone to have any opinion, but everyone's gone quiet. It's like you guys have voted and then you've gone silent. Come on, chat. You guys scared to get roasted? Now you know how I feel when I have to make one of these. Now you know how I feel. I am going to include everything about this, by the way, in the recording when we need to, if that makes sense. So, like, I'm going to say, we've got 20 viewers, we've got 10 votes, showcasing, look, we've got 10 lurkers not voting. And that could have swayed the votes. Just look, 70% going flexible okay, 20% on the priority. We've got 22 viewers in. So at the current one we're going to be doing right now, oh, Mel Injection with the 5 gifted subs. Hey, oh. Love to see it. Thanks for the support, my dude. Welcome 5 brand new members into the Sneaky Army Club. I love it. Metal Injection showing some absolute love to the stream these past couple of weeks when we've been streaming. Absolute love to you, bro. I hope you're having a good day, my friend, for that. Absolute buzzing. Let's see what Metal Injection thinks, dude. 5 gifted subs? Where is Metal Injection? Where do you think Ring of the Clover goes? Because as we guys will look, just to remind you, this is where the tier list looks. So just to remind you how it works, priority is basically a number 1. So if you put any ring in the priority area, you're telling that player, if you're playing, for example, Warrior Cavalry, this is the priority ring. Like, if you are going for any ring, go for this one. This is the one. You don't have to get it first, but this is the priority, though. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, this is the all-star, right? Then we've got the best in-slot damage rings. These could be different rings in the game that offer damage solutions for you, right? They could be the best at doing that compared to some that are just doing average work, right? Same with the best in-slot support. So if you think a ring is one of the best rings you could be putting on any mark because it's flexible, it's reducing damage, it's recovering units, it's offering a buff, it's debuffing, you name it. That's going in the best in support, right? Flexible and okay. This is literally for any ring you believe is flexible. So if you have this ring, you know you can put it on any march. It's a cheap ring. It's going to do its job. Yeah, it's not as good as maybe these other rings that are specialized at doing a job. But having that flexibility means you know that one ring can be going on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marches, right? So you can go down on that route, or okay, right? It's an okay ring. It does its job. Niche is going to probably come up in certain scenarios, and you'll see when I put it in as an option. This is going to be maybe a ring that is tailored to a specific meta. Maybe it does a specific job in Age of Empires Mobile. So that's why we've got it there with the Siege lineup at the moment being niche. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying any of these rings are bad. And you guys got to remember, when you're doing these votes, and I'll make it clear in the video too, you're not saying the rings are bad. All you're trying to do is put them in a category so players know when they're going to invest. Is it better to get a 4K ring, or could they buy 2 best in slot damage rings, 2 best in slot support rings, and like 3 flexible rings for the same price and get more value? Because they can cover a variety of marches in the future and then buy the 4K ring as a priority after. Do you get what I'm saying? I think this is like a really interesting topic, and I just would like to see you guys vote, because like I said, my video I've already recorded. My tier list is already recorded, and it's going to be out tomorrow. Tomorrow. So be prepared. Right? So let's bring back the full game. You haven't gotten deep into rings? This is what's really interesting about it. People have their opinions on rings, and people say I'm wrong and stuff. So I just thought, why not see what the general community, what the general hive mind, what are they going to vote for? Because sometimes it's a clear vote, but sometimes it's a decisive one. You know what I mean? So I thought it'd be a really, really interesting one. So what we're going to do is we're going to end that vote in 1 minute's time. So if you haven't voted, there's 22 of you. We've got 15 votes. So technically it's 7 votes missing in the very first one, right? You can vote and maybe change things. We've got 56 of you saying it's a flexible and it's an okay ring. We've got 25% saying it's a top priority ring, where you believe if a player is looking for any ring, this is one ring they should just get. Just get this as fast as possible, because it's going to pay off long term. Or is it a best in slot damage / support ring? I'm kind of messed up on that. We've got 12 and 12, so I would say that's kind of like 24% in the support favor. There we go. We're hitting the 10-minute mark. So, you know what that means, chat. You know what that means. We've given it 10 minutes of voting. Obviously, the first ring of the live stream is going to be quiet. It's going to hopefully pick up as we go through. But we have had 18 votes so far in this stream. And the consensus from all of chat, it's going to be a flexible ring. All of you guys believe 50%. It's a flexible, it's an okay ring that players can go for, and it's going to do its job. It's nothing to obviously bat on an eyelid, but it's definitely a super flexible ring. Whack it on any march that you want to put it on, it's gonna work, right? So that's what people are putting in. If you are wondering for the other results, 22% said priority. We've got technically a split, and I messed up here, so I do apologize, but we had 16% saying it's the best in slot support ring, and then we have 11% saying best in slot damage. So you could almost say it was almost 27% in best in slot support if you want to kind of put them in together. It's not a damage based ring, you know, kind of messed up on that, right? So let's put the first ever one in chat. It's time. Are you guys ready? Your decisions matter here. Boom. The first ring. It's a flexible, okay ring. Ring of the Clover in there. Okay, now. What ring's going to be next? What ring's going to be next, a lot of you guys? Let's go for another big ring. A lot of you guys love, especially another blue ring. Let's go for Ring of the Daisy. Ring of the Daisy. Is this going to be a priority ring? A best in slot damage ring? Do you reckon it's just a flexible okay ring? Or maybe is it a niche ring that does a niche job? Let's see what you guys, the community, vote for with this. Going to give it 10 minutes on the clock like last time. So let's see. It's going to be sick. I actually can't wait to see how this turns out, by the way. First time doing something like this. Seeing you guys and catch up in chat as well. It's probably one of the first 3 rings you should buy. Daisy, Nightwolf, and Clover. Unless you're a huge spender, obviously. Ooh. What do you guys think, chat? Do you guys agree with Romby there? Or not on the Ring of Clover? So we've got here. Let me just bring it back up. Ring of the Daisy. Boom. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Start voting. Ring of the Daisy. If you guys don't know, I'll obviously sell it to you. You don't have to vote straight away, remember. You can wait for the MrSneakyy input. This is almost like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I'm like your banker. I'm the guy on the other side of the line, you know? So Ring of the Daisy is a super cheap option, and it is a pretty good ring because the way the ring works, it is a secondary strike skill. It's based on launching normal attack. So after you launch one, you deal bite damage to enemy troop. It's nice and simple. But when you have this maxed out, 155% extra might bonus is no laughing matter. You could put this on a variety of different heroes, right? You put this on your Mulan, you can put it on Lubu, it's gonna even be put on, I'm trying to think what other double strikers really could take advantage. Bellevue could take advantage of it too, with the right setup. Josephine could take advantage of it with the right setup. So this is a build all about normal attacks. Every time you do that, you do get a bunch of damage. Some pros to the ring. It's blue. It's blue, remember that. So this blue ring means you can actually level it up pretty quick. And as you can see, since I've stopped buying rings and now I'm working on leveling up my rings, I've been able to get it to level 15 pretty quickly now, right? So blue rings are really easy to level up. You can actually just get them done pretty quickly and work on other like purples and legendaries down the line, right? So that's a really good thing. And let's catch up with chat. The question is, how do you set up hero skills to the particular ring? Is there a way to maximize both? Well, some rings do work better if you really want to micromanage to like the minute detail on certain heroes. Like some people have said, when you're putting stuff like the Skyward Knight on stuff like I think either Charlemagne or with a Tribuana with strategy build, it actually helps quite a lot in that type of regard. But these are very micromanaged things. I haven't tested them myself, so I can't say yes. They're saying facts, and so unless I see the footage, you know what I mean? But yeah, generally the best way of putting it is, right, rings are going to empower the march, and they're going to empower it in some form, either DPS, sustain, or utility. That's kind of where I put it down, right? So Ring of the Daisy here. Let's look. Woo! 36% say priority. 36% say best in slot damage. Ooh, he's going up 38% going into priority now. This is going up. Everything's just changing on as we speak. Who knows what's going to happen by the end? Who knows? You've seen a lot of people running Daisy. Yep. I still run it because it's there. And obviously at some point, I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm going to unequip all my rings. And I'm just going to re-equip them. I'm just going to rebuild everything, right? And be like, I'm happy with that build. Go. You know what I mean? So Ring of the Daisy, chat. 19 votes. There's 25 of you. If we get above 20 votes, we'll just end it because we pretty much got it maxed out. One of those viewers would technically be my stream elements bot, so obviously he can't vote. AI can't vote. We've not got Ultron here. No Ultron in this one. Remember, guys, if you are enjoying the concept, you enjoy the stream, press the like button. If you hit the like button, it's going to get promoted already to Age of Empires mobile audiences. So if they're searching, they might just spot the stream and join us. And when the stream finishes, boom, people will get to see it as well. And they'll get a preview, technically, of what's to come on the video in the future, you know? Are the devs ever going to let us reset the rings? I don't know. Imagine if they did. If they could reset rings, would be kind of crazy. Because I can imagine some players have bought rings they didn't mean to buy, leveled them up, and then found out where they don't work for my formations. So it would be interesting. Maybe we add that. Maybe I steal Adam H's idea and claim the glory. We need to add resetting of rings. Yep. There you go. Welcome, everyone. So, we've got 21 votes. Only 5 people have not voted. So, do you know what that means? We're going to be ending the poll here. So, 21 votes out of 26 people. Not too bad. Within 5 minutes, we're going to end it so we can move on swiftly to the next ring. Ring of the Daisy. What do you guys think is the verdict? Well, the verdict is pretty unanimous, it looks like. For the first time in chat, which is kind of crazy. We have a 41% vote that Ring of the Daisy is a priority ring. This is one of the most insane rings you need to get. Plain and simple. This is what the chat's saying. And I can understand and I can agree to it. And I'll explain why. Ring of the Daisy, it's a blue ring. You guys should know. Super cheap to invest into because it's a blue ring. And the thing is, because it's that, and having 155% damage when you're launching normal attacks, any might-based March that loves double attacks, Mulan, Bellevue, Lubu builds, you can put the Ring of the Daisy on that March and you have just added free damage. Literally just randomly free damage. And at level 30 with 155% damage, this actually does do a lot of damage comparatively to epics and some legendary rings that are obviously lower level, right? These other rings need to be higher in order to just match this or do better. It's kind of crazy, right? So for all the other results, just to give you guys all of that info, 27% of the vote went to flexible and okay. We had 22% saying it was the best in slot damage ring, meaning you could have put this on any damage based match, and for that best in slot, you ain't complaining. You honestly ain't complaining, which is pretty good. It's almost on par with priority, but people think you need to get this, right? Don't wait on it. Don't wait on it. That's the best way of putting it. And then the last one, 9% said it was a niche pick. And I think the only reason that people might be saying this would be for the current Lubu builds that are running that ring, right? So with that, let's put the ring on the scale. Chat, you have voted ring of wherever it is. Ring of the... Where's my ring of the daisies? Where's my ring of the daisies, chat? Oh, it's there, that's why. That's where it is. Don't worry, we'll keep that in just for the video. Ring of the daisies, priority, boom, up there. So let's move on. Next ring in the list. Next ring in the list. This might be a really quick one, I reckon. Really quick one. Ring of Shark, boys. Ring of Shark. What do you guys reckon it's going to be? Is it going to be a niche pick? A flexible, okay choice? Do you reckon it's going to be a best in slot support ring? Or are you crazy enough to tell the people it's a priority ring? Are you that mean? We'll soon find out. We will soon find out. Let's put that going. Get that poll rolling, rolling, rolling. Ring of Shark. If you guys... I swear, I am waiting for the one time you guys just go, shall we just troll everyone and just, you know, should we just do this? Flexible, Boom. There we go. Ring of the Shark. Start voting. Ring, ring. So, if you guys don't know, like I said, you don't have to vote straight away. You can wait for my intel. That's the beautiful thing about it. So, Ring of the Shark, what does it have going for it? Well, the thing is, it does give you normal attack damage. Not too bad. It does boost, technically, like Mulan's damage and Lubu damage. The major reason you ever look at this ring is the effect, and it's about reducing that recovery on marches. It stacks up to 50 times. When you do max it out, it's a 1% stack, meaning you do a 50%. So even if you do get this, argument's sake, level 20, maybe level 25, whatever it's going to be, when this number even gets to 0.5, so 0.5%, up to 50 stacks, that's a 25% health recovery defect. And we did do a video on this recently talking about the future meta of Season 4 and maybe Season 5 and 6, who knows, where heroes may gain more sustain as well as damage built into their kits. And if it does, is a Ring of Shark going to be that choice? You know what I mean? Love it. Cubone, trash ring. Absolute trash. Niche, but to the meta rather than to the specific hero. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Makes sense you're thinking on the future and March types. I'm going for health too. That's what I mean. Especially imagine if there's a world in the game where people do start running pikemen with like double tenacity builds because they start to realize, do you know what? My damage is from passive attacks, and if I can just keep my march out there longer by just sustaining and obviously reducing damage at the same time, well, guess what? My damage is going to be obscene. Instead of trying to go for these, you know, triple, double DPS builds that people are trying to run that just get blown up, you know? So it's going to be interesting. This is the easiest unanimous so far. 13 votes. I'm expecting a few more and then we'll end it because this one is, I think, easy. And we can move straight into the next one as well if you want. I can get that vote going, to be fair. There we go. 71%. Keep it cranking, chat. Do me justice. Don't let me down. I was so scared. Some of you, look at you. 7% said priority. I fucking see you. I'm watching you. You. The 7%er. I know you're in there. The guy lurking in the back, hoping that one day he's gonna pick like the Ring of the Serpent and make everyone prioritize it, you know? I'm fucking watching you, dude. I'm watching you, dude. I wonder if what ring people are gonna say is a priority, and that's gonna go crazy. Hey, Italo comes into the chat, sees he's become a sneaky army member, and instantly says thank you, Metal Injection. Yes, thank you, Metal Injection, for the 5 gifted subs once again, reminding you guys, showing some love to some of the top contributors in the community here. Love to see it. Love to see it. Right, I'm confident we're ending this, and I'm going to start the second one already, because I reckon we can put both of these together. I'm just saying. All siege rings are priority! Oh my god! Chat, there's no fucking way I'm letting you say that to me. I'm not letting you guys say that to me right now. Cubons, you're trying to tell me, you're going to tell every player in Age of Empires Mobile the first 3 rings they should buy is the Elephant, the L'Oreal, and the Rhino. That's what you're trying to say? You're going to tell people to buy that? Over the Nightwolf? Over, like, Falcon? Over Tranquil Water? Are you crazy? I have put them in that position for a specific reason, and I will explain it in the video intro, but I've purposely left that bit out because of reasons. I have to keep some of the video a bit, you know, a little bit secretive. Right, let me get this other one going, and I can record that section as you guys are doing this one. So the next ring, by the way, you guys obviously voted niche for the Ring of the Shark. You're going to see that. The next ring is going to be the Ring of the Seahorse, so you guys can start to see it as I, you know, get it prepared, and I'm going to record the bit for you guys. So, priority, first in slot support. We've got flexible, and we got the good old niche arena. So that's going to be the next one rolling. So I'm just going to record this, guys, for you now. So coming in with the results, Ring of the Shark, and I'm glad the community agrees, is going to be 71% voting for the niche role. Yes, the niche role. And it is very niche. And this is because the Ring of the Shark is going to be potentially a counter ring. We don't know. And that's all because of, again, the effect, right, of being able to reduce the recovery effect on those marches. That could be something that we might need. But in the current meta, in the current game we are playing in Age of Empires Mobile, it's not, right? So it is niche. It's not going to be better than the siege rings. A lot of people would say if you were going to go in the niche category, they would tell you to probably buy the siege rings 100 times over than the shark ring, right? So you can kind of see there. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of hope and kind of adjust this for you as well. But yeah, that's that's that ring. So the next ring we're going to be doing for you guys, so just to remind you, this is what the tier list looks like currently for everyone. The Ring of the Seahorse is gonna be your next ring, and currently this has been cooking. This has been cooking as we've been recording it. We've got 8 votes in so far, and 100% of you are voting for the niche category. And I'm going to explain why I believe that too. And obviously we might see a different outcome by the end of this explanation. But the Ring of the Seahorse, it is a ring built for tanking marchers. So if you're a pikeman or potentially maybe you're an infantry player, this is where you would ever want to use this ring, because this is whenever you're taking more than 1% maximum damage from strategy, right, in a single attack. So if you're seeing Sun Tzus and like Ramses and Hannibals and even more like just tacticians, this is where Ring of the Seahorse is good, right? It's only when strategy damage is meta when Seahorse is gonna shine, right? So does it fill in that same boat as Ring of the Shark? Well, we've got 13 votes now, so we've even got 5 extra votes so far, and we're gonna end it there because 100% of you guys are already agreeing with me. There's 30 viewers, there's 32 of you technically now lurking in the background, but you're all in agreement. We've got a unanimous decision for the first time, which is amazing to see, right? So we're going to end that bad boy there because we don't need to go any crazier on that, right? So if we go over here, grab the good old Ring of the Seahorse, we're going to put it at the niche category. We will put it, and I'll do this myself, I will put it above the Ring of the Shark because I do believe it has more potential than the Shark, because strategy damage is good, let's be real. And if there's a lot of strategy heroes out there, you're going to be wanting that, right? There's more chance that healing is worse than seeing good strategy heroes. That's my point, right? So, next ring. What do you guys think is going to be the next ring? What do you guys think is going to be the next ring? Are you all vibing? Are you enjoying the video? Are you enjoying the live stream if you are participating in it for the first time? Let me know, because the next ring is going to be Ring of the Serpent. So we're going to get the votes going. Let's see what you guys think is going to be the position of the Serpent. So obviously, we're going to have to get this poll rolling for you guys. Start the poll. Ring of the Serpent. Here we go. We got a priority. I will explain all of the tier lists again for you guys. So I do think this could go into both different categories, which is kind of weird to say, but you'll see why. This could go into many categories, right? So just to remind you guys, this is Ring of the Serpent. All it does is increase the hero strategy by a flat amount. And when you have this maxed out, it's 65. So if you want a massive amount of strategy, you can get it. Plain and simple, right? With that Ring of Serpent, though, it could be a flexible ring, let's be real, because you could put this on multiple marches, right? You could class it, if you're a tactician main, you could call it one of the best in-slot support rings or damage rings, because you're increasing either your Charlemagne supportive effectiveness or your Theodora's effectiveness, or maybe the other ones, right? And it's cheap. It's a 600 ring. It's a cheap ring, which is a very important factor to always bring in, because epic rings, again, much easier to complete compared to a legendary ring. Yes, legendary rings will outscale, but you got to think, Ring of the Serpent, if you're a tactician player, is going to be good for you. And this is where I think the tier list is going to be divided, because we're going to see how many people are warrior mains. Because I reckon a lot of warrior mains are going to say, nah, trash, you don't need it. But that's true if you're a warrior main. But if you're playing Sun Tzus and Suleimans and Ramses and Hannibals, you know? It's niche, but maybe the best at what it does. Ooh. So we got 80% 10 votes in, so 8 of you are currently voting that it's a flexible ring, while 2 of you, only 2, maybe there's going to be more joining, think it's technically a best in slot damage ring for the tacticians. And like I said, this could be, the thing is, if you're a tactician main, you put this on your YSS early game. You can transition this, put this on like your Suleiman until you get Everflame Wings. You know what I mean? You could put it on your Ramses. You could put it on Charlemagne. You could put it on Theodora. Right? I don't know if you would put it on like a Shocker, but maybe? It's just stats. Do you want more stats? More importantly, do you want 65 more strategy? That is the question. Always the Lubu, Guard, and Attila. It's just easier to do. It's a lot cheaper to do. Rani relies a lot more on RNG. Like, you really need all the stars to line up, and when they do, with the Rani procs and like the Attila proc, and then going into the Lubu, it does a shit ton of damage. But if you don't get it, you don't see it, and you can literally feel the difference, which is weird to say, but you really can. You know when your Rani's popped off because the damage is obscene compared to when it doesn't. I like Guan Free. Guan Free is so much like synergy. It's a lot easier because it's a tavern-based hero. Like, it's super cheap because of that. And you can go different builds with him. Like, with Guan Yu, you can still go down a crit build, or you can go down like the Spirit of Pursuit build. That's what's beautiful about him. So you can go down either way. 13 votes on the clock here, guys. We got 77% voting for a flexible ring. Then we got 23% of you saying best in slot damage. Ooh. I'll give it a couple of more minutes. Maybe if we hit maybe 15, 16 votes or something like that, we will move on to the next ring. Obviously, we have to go through all of the rings, guys. So you are going to be able to put everyone everywhere, and it's gonna be funny when you start to see some of these rings in some positions, and you're gonna be like, oh, let's move back. Ring of the Serpent. So what we'll do is I will end that poll. Ended. And what we'll do is I will find the next ring ready for you, you know? And get it all typed up, ready. I'm that guy. This one's only going to have 3 options. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. I lie. I lied. I lied. Right. So, the results are in. And 73% of you said the Ring of the Serpent here is gonna be classified as a flexible ring. And the reason I think a lot of the guys are kind of saying it in chat with what I'm saying too, and Romby does a really good explanation of it, where it's a niche ring, but it does the best at what it does, which is grant strategy. And the thing is, it might not sound like a crazy powerful ring, but the fact is you can get the Ring of the Serpent, unlock it as a tactician main player, where you might be only running Hannibal Marches and Suleiman, you know, YSS, Ramses. Maybe in the future, you might run the Elizabeth, right? you might just need a ring that has strategy to emphasize either the damage of your commander or maybe the supportive capabilities of stuff like Charlemagne or Theodora. Because again, if they scale of strategy and you're adding that, it is a pretty flexible ring. But for the tacticians, right? A lot of the thing that I was worried about, and I want to say I'm proud of you guys for this vote, was the good old Ring of the Serpent here. You know, a lot of you guys are warrior mains, right? We're might players. So I was scared to see it get kind of skewed to one side. But the next vote, the next one that we're going to be doing, and I'm going to actually talk about this one live with you as you vote for it, it's going to be no other but the Ring of Iris. So the Ring of Iris is another blue ring that you can get in the game, and it's the only ring that grants you 5.5% critical strike rate. It's a blue ring, meaning you're going to be able to get that really easily. And if you're wondering what type of formations want this ring, you can easily see the recommendation. Lubu, obvious choice, right? He wants critical strike rate, so he can obviously amplify his damage. But then there's other marchers, right? You could technically add some critical strike rate to someone like Mulan, Bellevue, right? Or even if you ran something like Bellevue, Mehmed, Rane, right? If you don't have Mulan, Josephine, maybe, who knows? Just having some type of critical strike rate, definitely selling point in this blue ring, right? And as we've been going through this, though, the votes are coming in. We got 44% as saying niche. We've got 33% saying flexible. We've got 20% now going into priority, and then we had 10% going in best in slot damage. We've got 10 votes there, so it is going wide there. You can see where everyone's voting, which is interesting. If you guys want a little bit more info, because there is 32 of you guys watching right now as we record this segment, Ring of the Iris here, if you want to think future-proof, well, what if you wanted to run Lubu with Timur and Rane, and you wanted to get that Attila into your Mulan lineup? Well, Ring of the Iris being on that, Lubu is going to give you extra crit rate that you lost by putting in Timur over Guan Yu. Because you got to remember, with that Guan Yu, his signature skill is giving him naturally crit chance, which works perfectly, right? So that does maybe swing you on, is this going to be a niche ring? Is it a good ring? Is it going to be a priority ring? Who knows? So far now, 12 votes are in, and we've got niche at 42%. We've got flexible saying 33%, and we've got the best in slot damage at 8%, with priority finishing up at 17%. So, what do you guys think? What were you guys thinking? We'll let a couple more votes come in, and we're going to conclude it. Because to be honest, even though the first ring we let the votes go out quite long in the live stream, we've been quite fair with the other rings. We've let all the rings vote for between 3 to 5 minutes, unless it's a unanimous. When it's a unanimous, it gets good. It gets good, So I like to see what you guys are thinking though here in the Age of Empires mobile community. What do you guys think? Which rings are the best? We've not had one yet that's come down to a tiebreaker, which is interesting. So, so we're gonna end it there. 17 votes instantly just jumped up there. 47% voting for the niche category. We've got 23% and 23% for both priority and flexible. Very close between those two. And then 5% saying best in slot damage, meaning what? It's getting put in. And I wonder how many people are going to react to this. And I would love to see where you know, my rings are compared to that ring, right? I am going to put this, though, in my personal opinion, and this is my only interjection, as you guys will notice through the video, I will put this at the top of the niche category. I do think it's pretty good, honestly. Even at that critical strike rate job, it's the only one that does it. Obviously, these are all meta-dependent. This is for a specific siege march, so it is what it is, right? I think out of all of them, it's technically the most flexible niche ring if you can go for that, right? So that's what you guys have voted for. What is going to be the next ring that we're going to vote for? I want to go for something that a lot of people love. What is going to be the result for the Ring of the Nightwolf? Let's find out in 5 minutes' time. Yeah, I agree with Willen in there. I actually really like the ring. Do you know what's going to be really interesting when you guys see my Signet ring tier list compared to yours? Because mine's got obviously all my opinions and stuff like that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting because I put a lot of like info in there, you know, a lot of info. So let me get the poll working. Let me stop yapping. I bet you're like, Sneaky, stop yapping and start letting us vote. So, Ring of the Nightwolf. One of the most favorite rings in the game. Honestly, people love this ring. What do you guys think this is? Is it going to be a priority ring? Best in slot damage ring? Do you think this is technically a flexible ring? Or do you guys believe it is a niche role? Start your balls now. Get the votes going. And just to remind you guys, and I will explain it for you, obviously, I will give you some Ring of Nightwolf input if you guys want, obviously, that input. But just to remind you guys, if you're wondering how these categories work, because you're probably wondering how they work, you might be new into the stream, you're wondering why certain rings are in certain places. Let me explain. The quality of life rings, I put them in straight away. These are all of the gathering speed and like XP rings you don't really need, right? They're those rings that you just don't need them, right? Then we've got the niche rings. So the niche rings are basically rings that could be still technically good, but they fulfill a very specific role, and it's niche. So do you really want to go for that over a flexible ring, which is the next category, right? Any ring that's flexible or you believe is actually just an okay, good ring. If you have it unlocked, you're not going to hate on it. That's going in this one. Then the next three are very important. The best in-slot support rings. These could be any ring you believe is, if you put it in that march, it is going to make it either sustain better, technically tank better, have better utility, you name it. Best in slot is that slot, right? Best in slot damage is the opposite. If you think this ring, like the Ring of the Nightwolf, is one of the best in slot damage rings, you can put that in. It could be on the commander, it could be on the secondary, you name it. Or do you think this is a priority ring? Do you think you need to go for this ring as fast as possible? You guys vote. And that is how all of the categories are working out. So the current ring on vote is going to be the Ring of the Nightwolf. You guys know the drill right now. After every 9 normal attacks, your troop increases the damage of all of your heroes' normal attack and secondary strike skills, and you reduce their armor by 11.343 seconds. This is maxing out to 25% increase in damage while reducing only 35 points of your armor. Let me know your thoughts. I'm trying to be the best host I can. I am honestly trying to be the best host and content creator again. So anyone who watches this back enjoys it. And maybe when the video comes out, people come and watch the live stream and see it happen, and they're like, yeah, this has been sick. Because if this is good, I would love to do this with heroes. You know what I mean? Get you guys in. Maybe I can set up an alert where I say, right, Friday at this UTC was streaming for this event. And, you know what I mean? Hopefully give you guys a bit more preparation, you know, on the next one. Rivers says, my first ring. It's a must-have, the Ring of the Nightwolf. Romby says, if Marshall Pikes and Tactician Archers wanted the crit ring instead of Mulan and Lubu, you'd say it was niche. It's just because it's used by two of the top lineups. And that is true. That's what I mean. If that ring of Iris, right? If the crit ring was niche, but it's being used in the top matches, is it really niche though? And in the future, who knows? I like it. I was thinking about getting Tribuado from the Hero Rally to run with Lagavir, but I'm not sure. I might try to get Sun Tzu instead. Well, I can't help you with that. I can't help you with that, guys. You know, because I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna upset so many people by saying this, but I am an infantry fucking hater. You heard it here. Clip it, ship it, whatever you want. I don't care. I am a Mulan main. I will eat your infantry alive. Alive. If it's not your main match, just wait and see how Lagavir turns out. I don't think anyone knows. I do believe that's true. People are saying Lagavir doesn't look good, and people are saying like some reports or whatever don't look good, but I think people are running Lagavir in the wrong lineup. I'm gonna say that. Dio-chan is S tier. That's the whole hero video. You guys are killing me. So far, 19 votes in. We got priority with 63%. Woo! It looks like we might have another unanimous decision. The community has spoken. Let's do it. I'll get the next ring ready as well. Let me end that poll just for you guys. And then I'll get the next one rolling. So while I'm recording, you can be voting. You'll know what the ring is, but we'll work with it. We can work with it. You know what I mean? As long as we can keep the votes flowing, it's going to be obviously a quick, I wouldn't say a quicker live stream, but it will take it a little bit quicker to record because it's going to take a little while to do this. So let's be real. I could be here all night. Who knows? This one, I think, is a lot more easier because I'm only going to give you 3 for this one because there's no shot this ring is a niche ring. If you say this is a niche ring, you're fucking copium. Copium. You can start voting. If you don't know the ring, wait and I can vote. You can vote after. Don't you worry. Right? But the votes did come in. The votes did come in. And 63% unanimously said Ring of the Nightwolf is going straight away into the good old priority list. This is one of the most prioritized rings you fucking need. And honestly, I agree. And the thing is, I'm going to keep it in this order too, because I do think Ring of the Desert you could get first, and it's cheaper. And when you get your Nightwolf after, it's going to make it actually pretty nasty when you get both of these online, right? But the Ring of the Nightwolf, what's really powerful about this ring for a lot of you guys is the fact that it is just an obscene amount of damage steroids that you're putting onto your march, man. You're increasing all of your heroes, not just 1, not 2, but 3 normal attacks and secondary strike skills by 25%, and you're only reducing their armor by 35. That sounds like a criminal bargain, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? So, the next vote that's been going on right now, and I thought, why not do this as we was explaining, is going to be the Ring of the Falcon. It's another epic-based ring, and you can see even I have this at level 10. It does grant one of the following effects, which is either recovers your troops or you're going to reduce troop damage taken, right? When you max this ring out, it's going to give you some decent stats of 210% on the recovery or 32% damage reduction for 3 seconds. It's crazy on your troops damage reduction there, right? So at the moment, we do have 14 votes in on that Ring of the Falcon, and this is the first time we changed up the vote a little bit for everyone, right? We've only got 3 options instead of 4 because I honestly thought if I put niche, it's criminal. It's criminal. Because this is either going to be another priority ring or a best in slot support ring, or it's going to be a flexible ring that's just perfect anywhere. Right? No matter where this ring goes, I will tell you now, from me, and I know the community wants me to say it, it will reign as the king of that category. So if they vote for flexible, it's the king flex. It's the king flex. I'm saying, right? It's that good. So in the current votes of the Ring of the Falcon, as we've been going for the last 4 minutes, we've got 18 votes already coming in here. 44% think this is a flexible ring, while 22% believe it's a priority ring, and 33% of you guys believe this is a best in slot support ring. Woo! That is crazy. I don't know if I can swing you guys at all, but all I am gonna say, but this ring has one of the most premium effects in game. And if you don't know what that premium effect is, you're probably sleeping under a rug. I'm just gonna be honest, right? So take it as you will. 18 votes. Can we get the 19? Can we get to the 20? And we do. Let's end it there. Easily. 44% are saying flexible. I don't know if that is a troll vote myself, but I'm going to give the Falcon a little bit of justice because obviously, in my eyes, this ring's crazy good, right? But I do follow through, and you guys think it's a flexible ring. I will say, though, this ring is definitely better than the Ring of the Clover. It is definitely better than Ring of the Clover, right? So just think, if you're looking for a flexible ring, you can put this Ring of the Falcon, honestly, guys, on any match. You can put this on any hero, especially any hero in the 2nd or 3rd slot, because it just does the job, and it does that job pretty darn well. So next up on the chopping block, guys, and this one's going to be a really interesting one, I think, to hear your guys' thoughts. It's going to be Ring of the Deer. Where do you reckon Ring of the Deer is going to be on the tier list? Let's find out in 5 minutes time, boys. Let me get the good old poll running for you guys. Remember, all of you guys can be voting in. You guys make the decisions. Anyone who votes, it is on your conscience. So when this video goes live, we'll see if it's good, if it's popular. If it is, I'm happy to do this more often. And like I said, in the intro of this video, I will explain if it is a popular one. I'm happy to do this again, but for heroes. I want to see the hero rank, the community hero ranking pool. Right? So, Ring of Deer. A priority. We got best in slot support, because it is a best in slot support. It's not a damage one. Is it a flexible ring? Is it flexible? Or do you reckon it is a niche ring for marches? You'd love to see this format with heroes. Really good idea. Exactly, man. That's what I mean. If I can try this video out first, you know what I mean? If I can do this first, right, and show people what it's about, hopefully get excited. So then when I bring the video out and I could announce it on the Discord, we get a lot more people in to take part. Because especially on the hero one, I reckon loads of people want their input on the heroes, right? So definitely, man, definitely. I'm just gonna be checking my Discord because I've got it's going everywhere. There we go. Ring of the Deer. Right, let me have a drink and I can give you guys a little rundown of this bad boy. So, this ring, you guys didn't know, it does reduce a random enemy's hero's damage and increases one of your hero's damage. It's the exact same on the way. 22% at max, right? The one thing you have to remember with this ring, you are randomly hitting one of the enemy and increasing one of yours randomly, right? Which means, in theory, if you ran Lubu, Guan Yu, Attila against each other, you could have the dream scenario where you reduce the Lubu's damage of the enemy and you increase your Lubu. But you could also roll by reducing the Guan Yu's damage, right, of the enemy and increasing like your Attila damage, which isn't really doing much. Let's be real. Even though it might feel like it is, it's not. It's not what you want. You want it to hit that Lubu, right? So maybe it's good in the right marches. Maybe if your marches are running, you know, all three heroes can deal damage. Maybe like Marshall Pikeman can all do damage pretty well. This could be something for them. But just remember, this is a random enemy hero's damage by 22% and increases one of your heroes. It's a choice. You don't get to pick. It's not like it's going on to a singular hero. It's a fucking random roll, right? Look, this ring's perfect for Tribuana. The thing is, it's perfect for Tribuana as long as it doesn't hit Tribuana. If it hits Yodi and it hits Miyamoto, yeah, it's perfect. Hitting 2 out of 3, perfect. 100%. How do people choose flexible? I'm guessing that was for the Ring of the Falcon. Kendall took that offensively. He's like, bro, what the fuck? No, I post on my Discord server, Adam. I posted this stream on the official Age of Empires mobile, and I posted it in the 3 or 4 Age of Empire mobile Alliance Discords I'm in. So technically, if you guys have got Alliance Discords and you want me to post content in there and let you guys notify you, I can do that. It just takes a little bit more time for me to start, but I can definitely do that, you know? All right, we're going to end that poll. Got 18 votes in coming into 5 minutes. We got a definite unanimous decision there. So it's going to be interesting because the next ring, I wonder if you guys can guess it. But it's going to be a very similar ring. And I want to know what you guys think about this one. Do you think it's going to be any better? Or do you reckon it's worse? Especially in chat, I want to know if you think it's better or worse. Flexible and niche. So I'm going to let this one fly while I record this segment for you guys, and then obviously the video can get caught up. It can be caught up, right? So we do have the Ring of the Deer results in. We took about 5 minutes for this, but it was a unanimous decision from the good old YouTube live chat, and 66% of you, 66%, not 69. You almost got it there, guys. You almost got it to the 69 before I ended it there. But what we got was the good old flex, the good old flexible OK ring. And I do agree with that, to be fair. It is a pretty good flexible ring. I'm going to honestly put it ahead of the Serpent, because I do think this could be just me, and I do apologize for stealing, hijacking your guys' results. But the Ring of the Deer, obviously, providing that extra damage in the right matches is just definitely better than the Serpent. You can high roll on your tacticians. As some people said, you could put this on Tribuana. Really good, because you could buff either your Miyamoto or that Yodi. If it hits the Tribuana, it's not the greatest, because if you guys didn't know, as a reminder, the Ring of the Deer does randomly hit a enemy hero and increase one of your heroes. Both clauses are random. You don't get to pick. So it's not like this is buffing one hero all the time. It can buff any hero, right? So it's one of them things, but it is a good ring. I'm not going to hate on it. It is a very good ring. But we do have another vote rolling on the side, and this is going to be another ring very, very similar to it. Ring of the Crow. So the difference between Ring of the Crow and obviously Ring of the Deer is Ring of the Crow just steals stats. It doesn't increase damage percentage, it steals stats. And what's even more important with this, even though it's stealing 55 might, strategy, and armor, this is always going to steal it from the main commander. Meaning, if you're using, obviously, a Hannibal against, I don't know, a Lubu, your Hannibal with this, obviously, is stealing the Lubu's might. You're trying to reduce as many stats as possible with this ring. And it's all going on the enemy commander, which is great, because normally, the commander is the one that does the damage. So, really powerful ring. It does a different job, but at the same time, it's the same thing, right? It's the same job, but different ring. Let's just say that. So we've got, do you guys value stealing the attributes of your enemies, or are you voting for the Ring of the Deer being a better ring? Or, you know, who knows? Who knows? That's what I love to see. We've got 10 votes already, and currently you've got 60% of you is saying this is a niche ring. Wow. 60% saying niche. We've got 20% saying flexible. We've got 10% and 10% both split on the middle on best in supports and then priority. Obviously, we can get more votes in. We've got, obviously, only 5 minutes on the clock here. So 28 to 30 of you guys are watching right now. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. If you're wondering, all your votes are anonymous. And if you're wondering where these votes are, and if you're watching this video back and you've kind of lost track of what's going on, just to remind you guys, this is the tier list that we're currently on. Priority means you are recommending players. You can get any of these prioritized rings, and they're going to be happy because they're that good. Then you got some best in slot damage rings. These could be any ring that you believe is the best in slot for either dealing damage for a specific match, or is it going to be something else, right? Let's see how you guys interpret it. Then you got the same but best in slot support. These are rings that you guys think are the best at either making that match better in tanking, right? Can sustain more damage in recovery. Maybe it steals stats. It does some sort of utility. Who knows, right? That's where the best in slot support goes. Any rings you guys believe are flexible or okay are going to go into this slot. And then you got the niche at the kind of bottom here. Niche does not mean bad. Niche just means they are for a specific role. So a good example, both of these rings here, the Ring of the Shark, Ring of the Seahorse, all about having counter metas. So if you're countering strategy damage, that's that bad boy. Countering heal, that's that bad boy. We got Ring of the Iris over here. Really good ring. But again, is it niche? Because of only affecting critical strike rate heroes. That's what you guys are saying. So coming back into the vote at the moment, we are rolling and things are going more unanimous, and it looks like we're gonna have to end that poll. And it seems crazy to say, but a lot of you guys, 67% of you, are in agreement that you believe that the Ring of the Crow here, our good friend Ring of the Crow, just to remind you guys, Ring of the Crow, you guys voted for this, not me, you. But you guys believe this is a niche ring and it's going to be used in niche scenarios. And I understand some people might say it's niche because you're probably only going to be using it in the Hannibal match. 100% agree with what you're kind of going with that. Is it going to be better than these other two rings? Definitely. I do believe up here is around where you want it. It's an epic ring. Obviously, I would say the blue ring is a little bit higher priority because it's a lot more flexible. Technically, there's going to be a lot more critical strike rate, I think, heroes that you can take advantage of it. And it's blue, so it's super cheap to invest into. So I think I'm doing a fair job at you guys of obviously investing in. So let's get a big boy ring on. Let's talk about the first big boy ring. Radiant Guardian. Radiant Guardian. So just to remind you, this is what the tier list looks like for everyone who's keeping on track. And I do apologize, we are live recording this as we're going through. But Radiant Guardian, where do you guys think this is gonna be? It's gonna be interesting. Let's see what the poll says in 5 minutes time. Niche because there's a ton of other rings above it, in your opinion? Honestly, it's crazy. I find it crazy that people say it's niche while Ring of the Deer was flexible. That was a very interesting, you know what I mean, like take. Even though they're both very similar rings, they do similar jobs but achieve it completely differently. It's crazy to see what you guys think. So Radiant Guardians next. Priority. I would say this is the best in slot damage. And remember, this can be for multiple marches if when you're saying best in slot, right? It's not just for things. So, and I will do all the explanation. You know me. I know the info. I know what you guys are probably, why you're voting for things. So there you go, guys. You can vote away on the Radiant Guardian. Where are we putting it in the tier list? Yeah, I know what you're saying. I've never said niche is bad at all. But it's very interesting that you believe this is niche and this one is flexible. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's just an interesting assessment that's happened where people will prefer the increase of damage over the stealing of stats. Yeah, I know this scales of strategy, I know, but it's interesting. But here we go. Radiant Guardian. Do I really need to sell this one? Do I really need to sell this one? So if you guys have been living under a rock, do you know what? I'm going to record this. Because by the time I've done this, I'm going to end the vote. And I know it's going to be unanimous. So we got the Radiant Guardian here. And I'm going to just sell it. Because I know the vote's going to go one way. This is one ring in the game that is just arguably disgusting. It has some really good attributes at the top, right? But why people really like this ring, and it's going to be interesting to see where one of the two endings, let's just say, where it's going to land. When you have this completed, right, even at level, say, 40, having 5% chance to increase your secondary strike skills is crazy good. On top of that, having that chance to just get a free double attack state is just bonkers. And when you max the ring, it's 100% activation chance, and this is 100%. So turn 1 with this ring, you're in double attack mode. You're cooking. You're frying. It's brrr day. You know what I'm saying? Lubus, Mulans, El Cids, even Hannibals, if they want to, will go brrr. So, Radiant Guardian, I honestly think is a no-brainer. And even 12 votes in, it's small. It's small. Again, we've got about 30 people watching the Signet Ring tier list live stream here. 83% all voted. 83% of you guys all voted in agreement. The biggest unanimous decision so far on stream. I'm calling it a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger. We got a cliffhanger. It's obviously a priority ring. Oof! And you know what? I'm fucking slamming this bitch up at the top. It's that insane. However, let's calm down. It is arguably one of the most nuttiest rings in the game. However, I will say to everyone looking at the tier list, the Ring of the Daisy is an insanely cheap ring you're going to be using until you save up that 4K and you get that Radiant Guardian. I'm going to be honest, you could get this Daisy, start cooking early, and then swap it out for this, and you're happy as days. That's kind of the beauty of these priority rings. You'll notice they can really work together, and you can actually put these on multiple marches, especially in the warrior section, in the calves and the archers, and probably in the future. And they're gonna love them. They're gonna love them, right? And obviously other marches taking advantage of the good old Radiant Guardian there, right? So absolutely bonkers of a ring there. No easy choice, I think. Easy choice, right? So now what is going to be the next ring? We've still not got so far a single best in slot damage ring, and we do not have a best in slot support ring. So these are rings, in theory, just think, you might have that Radiant Guardian on your march. But now you're looking at some other marches and you're looking for some best in slot rings to put on them. What are going to be those rings? Who knows? It's going to be interesting to see what you believe it's going to be when the next ring is arguably one of my favorite rings in the entire game. It's Tranquil Water time. Where do you guys think Tranquil Water will end up on this tier list? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below. And you guys are going to obviously be voting live to see 5 minutes from now where we end up. Get the poll rolling. This ring is one of my favorite rings in the entire fucking game. And you can fight me on that. I'm even going to give you 3 options because it's that good of a ring that if anyone said that this is niche, you do not know this current game that you are playing. I'm going to be real. Tranquil Water. For the first 18 seconds in battle, you're going to reduce your troop damage taken. It's as simple as that. When you start to level this bad boy up and you max it out, it's a 40% troop damage taken reduction. What? What? Guys, just think. Lubu hits you for 100k. Don't worry about it. 40,000 of it has been disintegrated, basically. He's hitting you for 60k. It's bonkers. That's me putting it in a dumb mode, right? Me putting it in dummy mode. But Tranquil Water. Man, my nose is super itchy. I don't know why. But it is what it is. Anyone knows it like that when it just starts itching like crazy. But Tranquil Water. Where are we voting? Let me look. Let me see what the votes are saying. Let me see what the votes are saying. Ooh. 42% saying priority. 25% best in slot support item. Damn. Then we got 31% of you saying it's flexibility. I'm not gonna lie, if this was in flexibility, it would overtake Ring of Falcon as the king of flexibility. But we're getting more votes in, guys. Obviously, it's only been a minute. I'm gonna let this cook for 5. So, Tranquil Water. What do you guys reckon? 38% priority now. 31 down the middle on support and flexible. Your vote matters. No matter what, guys, your vote matters in this live stream. I'm not one of them politicians. I'm not one of those guys. I'm telling you, your vote actually matters. I love the fact that everyone, when I quickly learned, it was like Radiant Guardian, Daisy's big brother. That's so true. What else? Lofty Mountain is the king of flexibility. Jeez. Well, we'll have to see when we get there. Do chat agree? To be honest, chat, we're blasting through this, and I'm kind of proud of you guys. I'm honestly proud of you guys. I didn't think this would work on short notice, but it is, and I'm happy. I know a lot of people will complain, like, Sneaky, we need more people in, more votes, it'd be better. We agree. We know. But it's a cool concept I want to try, and then hopefully in the future, when people see the video, people will come for the next one. Especially if we do heroes. I really want to do a hero one where you guys vote, because my hero tier list is already out. Remember, that 1.5 hero tier list was already out, so mine isn't changing. But it'd be really interesting to see what you guys pick on here. What's a good way to farm the material needed to level up rings? So the way I do it, honestly, is just, so it sounds crude, but my account, as you can kind of see in the background, right, I have all these rings, right? So what I did is I bought all my rings that I wanted on my account first, because then as soon as I did that, I can then focus on the dust. In order to do this, all I have been doing, and I promise you guys, I have not spent a single penny on Signet rings. That's the only thing I haven't spent, honestly, when it comes to like progression. Signet rings has been not touched so far, like so far. But we buy these every week. We buy these. That's it. Buy these every week. If you don't, you're gonna fall behind. It's as simple as that. And anytime you can get hammers, you can get them. Literally. That's the only advice when it comes to getting these Signet rings for your guys' accounts, right? So let me pull back in and get Tranquil Water back on screen. 14 votes in, 43% saying priority. We've got 29% saying support, 29% saying flexibility. Ooh. Do you know what's going to be really interesting too? I think for a lot of you guys watching the live stream right now, even if you're not voting and you're just watching, what I think is going to be interesting is tomorrow. Because you got to think, guys, tomorrow my video comes out. So you can see where you guys voted and where I've put my rings, and you can see where everyone aligns. And that's what I'm going to do at the end of this video as well, when I finish it. You know what I mean? You got a combo, Tranquil and Mountain? I think you'll find, my friend. So do I. I literally have Tranquil and Lofty. I've got Radiant. I have every good, basically purple ring that I would consider pretty much good. And blue. I've got all of them. The only thing I would need now are ring-specific stuff for marches. So, in theory, you know, Messenger. If I want to build Pikeman, I need this ring. If I want to build my, you know, Martial Pikeman, which I do, I need Sacred Sage. And then same with, like, Infantry, you've got this. Everflame Wings, you got that for the Suleiman March and Tacticians, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man. You're 1 week from the combo? Well, Rombe, I'll ask you a week from now, and then I'll say, welcome to the club, my friend. Right, we're going to end the poll on the Tranquil Water, and because you guys have talked about it, the next one is going to be Lofty Mountain, because I don't think we've done that yet. No. So I'll let you guys have a head start on the voting, because obviously you can see how I'm able to kind of, you know, channel my inner content creator and, you know, bridge it together. We got priority. We've got best in slot support. We also got flexibility. And I'm going to leave it at that one too, because I don't think this is a niche ring in any means at all. So, the new one. So, results are in. Tranquil Water time. What do you guys expect has happened? If you want to kind of have a little bit of fun and keep things mysterious, pause the video right now, and you're going to be able to put a comment down in the comment section down below. Guess where you think Tranquil Water lies, because at the moment 46% went down the priority route. And for the Tranquil Water, I honestly felt like it was a crime to put in the niche categories. So in this one, 46% voted priority, 26% voted for best in slot support, and 26% also voted for flexibility. So it was kind of close, but by the end of it, you all want it to be a priority-based ring. And you know what? I actually kind of agree with that, right? So putting this up onto the list, we're going to have that up at the top. Now, is it more higher priority than a Nightwolf? Is it more higher priority than a Ring of Daisy or Radiant Guardian? That one is going to be a hard choice. So I'm going to let you guys decide that in the comment section, like I said. So let me know where you think this should be placed at the current time of the video. It's going to be real fun. But for the next ring that chat is going to be voting for, all of the community is going to be going for right now, that's been cooking as we've been recording that segment, is the counterpart almost. The Wombo Combo, as people have been calling it, Lofty Mountain, because when you do match both of these rings together, they are a menace to society. If you don't know what Lofty Mountain does, just to refresh your memory, when entering battle for the first 18 seconds of battle, you reduce your troop damage taken. Therefore, afterwards, after the 18 seconds, you will do more damage. If we go into the details, hit the max ranking, it's a nice 15 and 15 flat. So kind of, when you think about it, you're going to try and hopefully out-sustain their damage in the early phase, so you should have more troops than them. And then, when it gets to the second phase, you're going to take advantage of that troop count with the extra damage. It's a really cool one. Also, if you're just constantly in battle, you can always have this damage trigger up, which is kind of nasty too, right? So Lofty Mountain there, very good ring. Has some amazing attributes too. I can't sell it anymore because it's such a good ring. And even for the voting, I only give this exactly like the Tranquil Water 3 categories. You're going to be either voted for the priority, best in slot, support, or flexibility, because there's no way in this God's earth I'm going to let any of you vote for niche. There's no chance. So in the current one, we have another insane large majority vote coming in so fast, it's crazy. 77% of you agree together, and I'm gonna end it there, even though some people might get upset. It's getting ended because that is so fast, it's crazy. We are going into the good old, you know, right, exactly like the good friend. It's a priority ring. It's such an insane ring. It's too good. And why? Well, guys, just like the Tranquil Water and Lofty Mountain, you can unlock these 1.6k rings. Remember, 1.6k. That's 2 legendary rings instead of just this 1 Radiant Guardian, right? And with that, you have arguably the best survivability combo in the entire game, and you can put it on any march you would like to. So if you want to put it on your 2nd and 3rd commander, go for it. You're going to be able to, and all you're going to be looking for is 1 ring for your main commander to deal damage. So if that's going to be your Ring of the Nightwolf or Ring of the Daisy or Radiant Guardian, you know what you're doing now, right? So I absolutely love that. Really easy one for, I think, the priority list so far. So the next ring, what do you guys reckon it's going to be? I've got a really fun one. It's going to be Lord of the Eastern Heavens. Absolute monstrous ring. But where do you guys think it's going to lie in the tier list? Let's find out. What do legendary rings use to level up? The dust. So when you use a legendary ring, you use the crystals and they'll go up. When you hit a certain threshold, you have to use Meteorite Steel, I think it's called. Not Meteorite Steel, that's the other one. You use another currency. I've got it on my Discord. If you literally go on my Discord, guys, that information is on there. Literally. Like, all of that information is on there. If you want to know how much cost stuff is, it's there. Because I can't remember that off the top of my head. It's too much. Let's add the poll going for you guys. My throat's so dried now. I need a drink. This one, I reckon I know where you guys are going to put it. So your options are going to be either the priority ring, you reckon it's a best in slot damage based ring, or do you think it's a best in slot support ring? So you can put it on a march and it's going to actually support the commander, or is it just a niche ring? Is it a ring that's there to just do this one niche job and this one job alone? Let me know in your thoughts. Just think, once we've done this chat, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rings to do once we've completed this. And you've already gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You've already gone past 50%. You can't look back now. You've already done half of it. You got over 50%. So you might as well finish it. But I can now, since we are waiting. I can go on to my Discord and find that information out. There we go. Yeah, so if you want to... Oh, wait, that's legendary gear. Signet ring. There we go. So Signet ring. If you want to upgrade your Signet ring, the totals you need is 2,385 fine gold. And then later on, you need Meteor Steel, it's called. And it's a different currency, but you only need 133 of them. Those Meteor Steels are what you need to get from levels 40 to 50. While the fine gold material, which is what you get in like your Apex Arena, as well as that other area, forgotten what, that's going to be for levels 1 to basically like 39. Because it's like 185 for the first 1 to 10 levels, and then it goes 410, 790, and 1,000. Because it just exponentially gets crazier and crazier as you go up. But yeah, I've got all that information on Discord. If you guys want to see it, just to show you, if I can find it. There you go, look. If you guys join the Discord, you'll hit the welcome page. Obviously, just accept the rules here. Just accept them. And then you can just select the Age of Empires role. Let me know if there's any problems, but as long as you press this roll button, you should then be able to scroll down and see all of the Age of Empires mobile area. And literally in my guide's info, you can see here the Signet Rings cost. These are all the costs that you need. I've done this as well for like the legendary gear, so you can see what you need. I've also done this for hero skill point requirements, so you know how much it costs to get through each one. So yeah, if you guys want that information, it's there. So let's bring it back. Lord of the Eastern Heavens. We've got 50% of the audience saying best in slot damage ring. We also then have 8% split on priority and best in slot support, which is fair enough. And then 31% says niche. Ooh, that is close. That is close. Going to be ending that poll here. People in my server have tested it and it does not move the needle that much. Ooh, Bruno, I love it. Remember, Bruno, this is a community vote. This is what you guys are voting for. And don't worry, we'll add that in. We're going to add that in. Why not? I like to add stuff that can, you know, tilt the comment section. Who knows? So what we'll do is end the poll, and then I'm going to get the next poll ready for you guys. You can already start going again, because I think that's a lot quicker, right? So we will do... We're going to do 2 rings. I'm going to do 2 rings at the same time, because I think you guys are capable of doing this. No, I'm not. I lied. I'm not going to do that. I don't trust you at all. We'll do this. We'll do a simple one. I am typing quick, so if there's any spelling mistakes, any extra letters, don't blame me. I need to keep it the same, though, so you guys don't feel like I'm cheating you out. Oh. All right, the next one's going to be Ring of the Bear for you guys, so you can start voting for that while I quickly record this section for you. The link is expired. 1 second then. It might be the one that's in the thing. I'll sort it out now. Here you go. Invite people. Copy. Oh. And then what we'll do as well. Boom. So I've updated the description, I've updated, and I've sent it in chat so you guys can all join. Lit. Right, so let's crack on. Let's crack on, chat. We have the results in, and it is kind of unanimous, but actually you guys surprised me because we have 7% of you voting for the priority list. We had 35% of you voting for the niche role. However, the winner at over 50% of the majority vote was that Lord of the Eastern Heavens here is gonna be landing in, again, community vote here, best in slot damage ring. And I will give a little bit of context and help you guys justify that position, because the way people are looking at the Lord of the Eastern Heavens is an insane supportive damage ring that you can be putting onto marches, especially on that Lubu march in the game. Because when you look at the effect of the Lord of the Eastern Heavens, yeah, you're reducing active skills by 25%, but that doesn't really matter too much when you are getting over 100% increase of normal attack damage. It is an absurd steroid, and it does work really well in the right scenarios. So, Lord of the Eastern Heavens, you guys voted for it, best in slot in the damage area. I'd love to hear what the comments think to that. I honestly do. But what we've got right now rolling as the next one, the next ring that people are technically voting as we speak, is the Ring of Bear. It's a really good epic ring that you guys can unlock. This is going to be a reduction of all of your heroes' armor by 20, but you increase the commander's might by 105. At the moment, we do have the votes rolling, and we are saying, or what the community is saying, should we say, is, when we pull it up, we have over, oh my god, which one are we going for? Ooh, which one is everyone going for? Oh god, I need to sign in now? Oh no. Oh no. We're having a technical error. I love it. Let me go back to a YouTube studio. Content, live, and boom. We're back. I love it. We're back. Don't worry about technical difficulties. They're there anytime. But we do have 33% of you guys voting for the best in-slot damage role currently. 33% voting for flexible. We got 11% in the best in-slot support role and 22% priority. It's only got 9 votes in. You guys can obviously start voting to make this obviously change. It is a super close in that. So let's see how things end at the, towards the end of the vote for this stage, right? Yes, I am still using the good old crit ring on my Lubu. The reason I'm using the crit ring on my Lubu, and I want to say, let me bring it back up on here, the $2 from Troy, Yeah, I don't think Josh says too funny. I don't think most understand the difference between support and damage. Yeah, I know. I might make some tweaks at the end where I think people mean to put them, but you know what? I might just leave it there. Let you guys get roasted. But Troy, as you asked, I am still using the crit ring on my Lubu. So if we look down, I'm using this crit ring because I plan to put Timur in the lineup with Rani. And because of that, I don't have Guan Yu in the lineup. It could potentially fall apart. You know what I'm saying? So, I think you still need that critical strike rate because you've lost the Guan, if that makes sense. So we'll see how good it is. We'll see how good it is, but it makes sense on paper to me, especially with the match. So, and I want to play the matches a little bit differently to people. That's the thing. People are trying to keep it super glass cannon-y. But I reckon you can do something a little bit special with it, you know? So we are voting on the Ring of the Bear right now, guys. If you're wondering, it is a pretty good ring, right? It increases your main commander's might. So if you want a steroid, that Mulan, Bellevue, if you want a steroid, technically even your Miyamoto or your Lubu, the ring does it. The ring does it here. We've got 18% of you guys, 18% priority, 27% best in slot damage, 9% saying best in slot support, which I think is what Josh's comments at. It's definitely more of a supportive ring, but it is a damage-based support ring, right? But 45% flex. 45% flexible. I let it roll a little bit longer, and then we'll obviously move on to the next ring so we can keep things flowing, because we are getting through them quite nicely, chat. Getting through it quite nicely. Just think, this has been 2 hours so far, but it's been a nice, fun 2 hours that we've been able to engage together, and at the end of it, you guys are technically going to be part of a video, you know what I mean? And hopefully in the future, when we do maybe a community ranked hero tier list, we get a lot more guys in and a lot more people voting. So that's going to be when things get heated, bro. It'd be interesting to see what happens. Maybe I bring Sig on as well or something. See if someone's free and be like, do you want to just like collab live with me? Why not? Why not? Let's just do stuff different, you know? Well, 50% are saying flexible here so far. 50% saying flexible, and it doesn't look like it's budging anytime soon. No one wants to vote. So we'll move on to the next one, right? So that is, let me just set up my side right. There we go. So results are in for the Ring of the Bear. And this is one ring I personally love because it's a simple ring. It reduces technically all your heroes' armor by 20, you guys should know, and increases your main commander's might by an insane amount. And one little beautiful thing about this ring is no matter what level you are at. So if I take it off to now, you're always only reducing 20, which is really good. But when you max this ring out, it's 105 might that you're gaining on there. And 50% of the audience all came into an agreement and said that the Ring of the Bear is a flexible ring. And you know what? I'm actually going to put this one up. Because it is, if it's going to be a flexible ring, I actually think this is a really good flexible ring. It's okay. If you're wondering why it's flexible, you can put this literally on any march, say warrior, cavalry, right? Put it on your Guan Yu, your Lubu's going to be happy. Put it on your Attila, your Lubu's still going to be happy. Put it on Tribuana or Yodi. Guess what? Your Miyamoto's going to be hitting harder. Again, he's happy. You can put it on your Mehmed, you could put it on Attila, you could put it on Rani, any of those heroes, and guess what? Your Mulan or Bellevue is going to be happy. So you can kind of see why this is such a good, flexible ring, especially in the might category for this. So we've only got a few rings lining up. We've got one single row remaining. So if you guys have been enjoying this, I want to say thank you for participating. I want to say thank you as well for watching the video as we've been doing it, and I want to say thank you to all the live people voting as we've been making this video live, right? So with that, let's go into the next ring that's going to be up for votes, which is going to be no other than a Messenger of Destruction. So let's see what people vote for this bad boy. Let's get the poll going for you guys here. Start the poll. Messenger of Destruction. Do you guys think this is a priority ring for Pikeman? Do you think this is the best in slot damage ring for Pikeman? Do you think it's a flexible ring? I put flex bile. Deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. Oh, do you reckon it's a niche ring? There we go. I don't care if I spelled it wrong. It is what it is. A bit out of context, upgrading gear gives points in Mightiest Governor then? Yes? Yes. Yes. Wait. No. Crafting gear in Mightiest Governor gives you points. Upgrading hero skills and upgrading hero stars also gives points in Mightiest Governor event. But upgrading gear itself does not. Signet rings also give points, I believe, if I remember right. Or crafting. I don't know. Yeah, no, spinning. It's something to do with signet rings spinning, right? Let me go. I can check. I'm sure it's up. Nah, it's not up. By the way, at the end of the stream, guys, we're going to spin. We're going to spin some legendary advent spins because we need to get to 20 at least just to get some Mansa Musa sculptures. So be prepared to have a little bit of fun at the end. Just as a big, thank you for you guys for, being good spots, helping me out, make something a little bit different, a little bit unique on the channel that I've never done before. So I don't know how it's going to turn out, but it is what it is, It is what it is. Right, let's get back to the Messenger of Destruction. So if you guys are wondering, again, it's a pretty good ring, but you gotta think this is the all-star for passive skill-based heroes, aka Warrior Pikeman. It's a 75% increase of damage while they only lose 20% of their normal attacks, which they really don't care about. So yeah, there you go. See, as Bruder said, I thought so. You can't upgrade a gear. Yeah, I didn't know you could upgrade. Yeah, I remember now. Signet rings as well. I thought so. It's just been, you know what I mean? When you're doing something like this stream, and you're trying to stay focused when you get these other questions in, it really does fucking send you out of whack. Ooh, 33% priority, 33% niche. We got 11% flexible, and then 22% saying the best in slot damage. We got to get that tiebreaker done, guys. Tiebreaker cannot be there. Oh my god. 3 of you think priority, 3 of you think best in slot damage, and 3 of you think niche. We've got 10 votes, so it's easy to count that. There's 31 of you guys. It really is a priority niche. I don't want to spoil it, Josh, but that's exactly what I said in my video. Where did I put it, though? Did I put it in priority or did I put it in niche? That's the question. I think my tier list makes a lot more sense when you look at it. Let's just say that. It makes a lot more sense. Ooh. If we get a draw, by the way, I'm gonna have to redo the vote again, just so we can break the tiebreaker. We've got 3 answers, all at 30%. Come on, guys. There's 31 of you watching right now, and we've got 10 votes. All you guys gotta do is press a vote. Pick an option. It's on you. It is on you guys to do so. Oh, 11 votes coming in. Best in slot damage. Oh, someone else has voted in again. Niche. So we're either saying it's the best in slot damage ring for Warrior Pikeman, or we're saying it's the niche. Oh my god, it keeps flicking, bro. It keeps flicking. 38% versus 31. Sorry, making my daughter's dinner. Do you know what? I don't know how old your daughter is, but she needs to make her own dinner at this rate. This is top priority right now, you know. In survival, in Darwin's theory, I don't know if we should be the fittest. I'm joking. We're only joking. I know what you need to do, man. I've got a little one we have to tend to as well. Oh no, man. The more I keep waiting for this, it keeps balancing out. So we have 36% split between niche and the best in slot damage. So the 15th vote is the tiebreaker. Literally. The 15th vote is going to be the tiebreaker, most likely. She's won, I'll let her know. Oh yeah, definitely, just let her out. She's won, she's almost talking, you know what I mean? She's crawling. It's fine. Come on, boys. 1 vote, that's all we're asking for, chat. 1 vote, and I will close this poll on the Messenger of Destruction here. We've either got 21% saying priority, we've got 36% saying the best in slot damage, and then we've got 36% also saying niche, with 7% saying flexible. If it comes to this tiebreaker, I will make the decision myself, but I do think I will make the right decision in the way you guys are voting, because I think the way you guys are voting makes sense. But it can only be one winner. There's only going to be one. You guys need a reminder again. 75%, bro. 75% increase of damage from fucking nowhere. At 100% HP as well. You don't even need to have any requirement apart from losing 20% of your attack, your normal attack, which you don't care about. Oh, we got 40% in the niche. Stop. Right, here we go. End the poll there. I'm ending it. We broke the tiebreaker. Oh my lord, finally. Right, this is gonna be so crazy to see the comments on this one. The comment section here, people are gonna go fucking mad when they see this. All the Warrior Pike mains are gonna be fuming. I am telling you now, they're gonna be fuming. But I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be trying to be as fair as I can, right? So we have the results in for the good old Messenger of Destruction, and this one was heated. It was almost split for the large majority of the vote, and we needed to get one person to break the vote, right? 40% and 33% was the end, right? We had 20% saying priority. We had 6% saying flexible, right? But was it a niche pick or was it the best in-slot damage ring? Well, you guys voted niche. And I understand why people are saying that. And what I'm going to do to give the Messenger of Destruction a little bit of fairness, a little bit of credibility, is I'm going to whack it all the way up. Because everyone is right. And I understand where people were split. Is the Messenger of Destruction a niche ring? Or is it the best in-slot damage ring for Warrior Pikeman? Well, yeah, it is. It is the best in-slot damage Pikeman ring, but that is a very niche role. Are you going to be going down that Warrior Pikeman role? That's what chat is basically trying to say. And if it's not, then guess what? The Message of Destruction isn't going to be a ring you're going to be ever wanting, right? Because if you're not going down Pikeman, it's not there. But if you are, so I can kind of see it's a hard one for people, but I'd like to see how people are trying to figure out these. We still, to this day, do not have a best in slot support. So do you know what? Are we able to change that today? I think we are. I reckon I know potentially a ring that's going to go in that slot. I think there's only going to be one or two rings that definite you guys are going to go on. Is it going to be the next ring though? I don't think so, because when we look at this tier list, it does look kind of crazy, let's be real. It looks kind of crazy where everything is at right now. And again, you guys voted for it. You guys made this how it is, right? So, the next ring that we're going to be voting on. Skyward Knight. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. Where's my infantry mains at? Where do you think this is going to be voted in? Let's find out. Get that pod rolling. We're almost done, guys, by the way. If you guys are happy. I don't know if you guys have enjoyed this, but hopefully you have. Something different. Something that's actually engaging with you and not just, you know... I'm going to make this one super easy. They're busy crying out about their choices of main. Infantry mains. There you go. There we go, guys. Infantry mains, vote for that Skyward Knight. Let's see if you're in, chat. Let's see where people vote. Well, if you guys want a little bit of information, you got to think this ring is a really powerful ring. People don't, I think, realize it. But for infantry, it's crazy because you reduce the hero's damage dealt by 15% and this cannot be purified. This is kind of but you're putting this on a hero that's not dealing damage. So if you think about it, if you put it on something like Tribuana, it's kind of crazy, right? This increases your commander's damage then by 17%, and you increase the signature active skills activation chance by a further 10% on those marches. So you're adding damage and consistency all in one ring by sacrificing whoever has this on. So again, if you put it on Tribuana, you got to think, you don't care because she's not really doing damage. She's there just to heal and do her own thing. So Skyward Knight. Oh, 40% best in slot support. 40% says niche. Bruh, it looks like people are waiting. People are waiting to vote best in slot support and someone else is sniping niche. 20% saying flexible, so it's kind of easy to see where we're going with that. It's stop it, chat. I saw it go to 5 votes to 7 votes instantly. One person voted niche, the other person instantly went support. Oh my god. The infantry mains are trying. The chat's saying no, not today. But it does seem like we're going to be getting into, you know what I mean? This is going to be the hot debate. And now you can understand. Just think, guys. I'm a content creator. Now you can understand the position I'm in. You know, when I'm trying to like think where I have to place these, what makes the most sense title-wise for where they need to, you know, be put. It's not just an easy little thing, you know what I mean? Some decisions are hard. Some decisions are hard to pick, you know? And just think we're almost at the end, guys. We've only got 5, 12, and we're doing one now, so that's 11. And we can easily blast out 2 quickly. Really quickly. There's infantry in this game. Where's my infantry mains in chat? Where's my infantry mains in chat? You cannot be allowing these guys, you know, to be trash talking you. You cannot be doing that. Where are you guys? There's only 7 votes. Come on. There's over 20 of you guys watching. Come on, guys. Any of you, we need to get this to at least 10 votes. All the other stuff prior to this had 20 votes and going onwards, right? Now we've touched the infantry stuff, people are like, nah. We'll come back. We'll come back when he talks about the other good rings. Do you know what? I'm going to end it there. I'm going to fucking end it there. Oh my god, someone just voted on the 8th vote. Oh my god, it's just got snatched. It just got snatched. This groundbreaking. Honestly, as I just ended the poll, one last vote crept in. Because until that moment, we almost had our very first ever tiebreaker on here. And what is really crazy, every other ring for cavalry, for archers, and some of the pikeman rings, right? They've been getting 15, 20, and a little bit more votes, right? Where's my infantry mains at? Infantry mains just got let down because you guys did not vote at all. And the thing is, the last vote put it into one category. And if you guys can guess, it's going into. And it's super sad to see this. And I'm going to be really, it's super sad. But you guys voted. Skyward Knight is a niche pick. You voted a niche pick. But I understand. I understand, because if you're only playing infantry, yeah, it is a niche pick. But guys, you can't be playing like, you can't dictate stuff like that, right? Let's be real. The second in spot. So let's just be real, chat. You had 37% of you were voting Skyward Knight. We're not talking about Legend of Zelda here. Is the best in-slot support ring. And I would have 100% agreed with that if you were playing infantry. But you guys voted in the niche one. So it makes sense. I'm going to be fair with you guys. You guys are voting niche because it is. If you're an infantry main, it's a no-brainer. You're going to be putting on stuff like Tribuana and Charlemagne and take full advantage of that Skyward Knight, right? But that is shocking. We've still not got any of the best in slot support rings at the moment. Are we going to get any? Who knows? But the next ring, we're going to go down and we're going to kind of finish off this almost group of rings here, is going to be none other than the great Sacred Sage. Next ring for you guys to vote on. Do me proud. Do me proud. Do not let this go down. We got priority. We've got the good old best in slot damage ring. I'm going to make it easier so you guys don't do it. Flexible, which we all know it shouldn't be. Or niche. There you go. You guys can vote right now, Sacred Sage. What's going to be your vote? We will find out in 5 minutes' time. There we go, guys. Let's see. If you don't know what this does, it is a crazy one again. All heroes cannot use active skills. I don't know if you know. Martial pikemen don't care about that. They're all about turn-based combat. So, when it says it increases your turn-based skill damage by 55% and healing effects by 55%, you know this is a really good turn-based fucking ring for any martial pikeman main. You also get troop damage, troop defense, and troop health. I'm just saying these 3 fucking stats is crazy for this ring. People don't realize this troop damage is massive for this ring. So let's see how many smart players we have in chat. Let's see how many we don't, right? Because at the current state, we've got 38% niches. We got 38% saying best in slot damage. 25% saying it's a priority ring. Ooh. I'm out for blood after the crow hit niche. Oh my god. You guys voted for it. You guys wanted to talk shit about me. I'm just saying that some of these decisions are questionable. I really want to know what you guys value in this game right now. That's all I'm gonna say. I really want to know. We've got 9 votes in at the moment. Can we make it a cheeky tenner? A cheeky 10 vote. %44% in favor for the niche one. Woof. We are getting kind of a picture here. We are painting a little picture here though. And it's not wrong. I honestly think when you guys see my list to your list, you'll understand the differences of what we class as priority rings and niche rings, I think. And I don't know if it's just down to the way we look at the game, but it's one of them, you know? I'll give it a couple more minutes. We'll give it a couple more minutes so we can move on to the next ring. We ain't got that many left to do, chat. We ain't got that many to do. The Revenge of the Swords. Oh, we got 40% best in slot damage. 40% niche. 11 votes. Oh no. We just got someone trying to beat the best in slot damage, and then someone came in with the niche proc. 36 to 36% either side there. We've got priority on 18%, and then flexible on OK ring at the good old 9%. So I'm going to give it another vote or 2 or 3 technically to break the tiebreaker, and then we can end that poll, because that one, if it's a tiebreaker, I'm honestly going to put it where I think people want it, just because the other 2 rings are there as well. Let's just say that. Do you guys enjoy the concept though of today's stream, by the way? Just let me know, because you got to think, right? I'm trying to make content, do something new, a little bit exciting, you know, a little bit different compared to what other people are doing. And obviously this is the first run. I'm going to hopefully in the future, like I said, I can do a proper Discord announcement and give you guys ahead of time. And I want to do a community hero ranking tier list. So placing heroes in like S plus, you name it, right? I will probably just give you guys 4 again. Because I will probably assume you're going to be putting them in these brackets, but we will do that. But so far, you guys are keeping it deadlocked. 27 current viewers. You've got 11 votes in there. Come on, boys and girls. Break the deadlock. We've got 36%. And all we're asking is to break the deadlock. If you don't know how, all you got to do is click on the chat, and you can literally vote by clicking on. It's as easy as that. Really enjoying it, to be honest. Great interaction, good fun. The content's good, definitely entertaining. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, because I was thinking about it when I was doing it this morning, when I was making my video, and I thought, why not try it and see if I could do something better next time, you know, like improve. Because we got to improve the content. We got to keep making better and better content, you know? I think you can learn a lot about the game. It's a pity I couldn't join sooner. So don't worry, Rob. Like I said, we've been recording sneakily segments. We've been recording these segments, and I'm going to be uploading it as a video. But in that video, I will put the whole live stream link, so you guys can just follow through. You can listen to me explain a bit about the rings, what's good about it, what's bad about it, right? And see what things occur there, right? Because Sacred Sage is the Marshall Pikeman ring. It is. I'm going to be real. So let's see where you guys are ending things on. It's ending on a deadlock. Ending the poll. First deadlock. And it's happened. Legit happened. Sacred Sage. Perfect song to keep the suspense. We have 0% believe. 0 believe. The Sacred Sage is any use. However, 36% split. 36%. Deadlock. Believe the Sacred Sage is either a niche ring or the best in slot damage ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the decision. I'm going to be the deal breaker here. And I am going to put the best in slot damage ring, aka the Sacred Sage, down into the niche categories for the same reason you guys have been putting the other rings in there, because I understand what you guys are trying to do. You're trying to say these rings, the Messenger, the Sacred Sage, the Skyward Knight, they're really good rings. They're really, really good rings. But they're only really good rings if you are building those formations. That's what I feel like you guys are going down. So I'm going to try and, you know, respect that, right? So let's move into a new ring. A new ring. Because when we look at the tier list arena, it does look quite interesting when the Sacred Sage, Messenger, and Skyward Knight is all on the niche category with a lot of the other rings, right? And just remember, this video is all on you. You guys have voted live. I have nothing to do with it, so don't hate me, hate each other. I'm joking, don't. Love each other. Love each other. Stay safe, stay sneaky. You know the rules here. But on the next ring, let's move on. We're going to be moving into a legendary ring that I think is going to be hopefully a new input. Somewhere different. And that's going to be the Scorching Flame. We're going to put the Scorching Flame in polls. Where do you reckon the Scorching Flame is going to be? Is it going to be one of the best in slot support rings? Do you reckon it's going to be a priority ring? Do you think it's niche? Do you think it's flexible? And okay, let me know with the next polls. And we'll find out in 5 minutes times, guys. Boom. Get that on. Scorching Flame. Yeah, the best in slot rings need to be literally the ring that if you are putting it in the match, nothing beats it. And that's either in damage or in support, right? And the thing is, this could be the best in slot damage ring, but it could be an epic ring. It could be a blue ring. It depends. It depends on what you class as best in slot in damage and what your own personal, you know, criteria is. That's what's kind of interesting about it. Everyone's got their own, you know what I mean, their own look at things. So all of you guys are kind of voting what you think's right, which I think is, you know, it is interesting to see what people go down. But I am going to make it a little bit easier. How you doing? How you doing, Steve? You'd have been screwing in this so far, but we've got a few more to go before we end the stream, because we've got 10 rings remaining. We're almost at the finish line, guys. We've done a shit ton today, but we're almost there. Flexible. If anything's spelt wrong, you know the rules. Don't shout at me. So, Scorching Flame, it's up for polls. All there for you guys. You can vote. So the Scorching Flame is a pretty good ring. So whenever your commander, so whoever's in that #1 slot, use a commander skill, you increase all your heroes' might. And it's by a percentage this time. It's not by a flat attribute. So you're increasing 22% of all of your heroes' might for 9 seconds. What's your idea on the Scorching Flame, guys? Let me look. Let me look. Ooh, we're getting a lot of everything here. 6 votes coming in. Votes are coming in fast. Best in slot support. 33%. 33% says a niche. Because Bruno says it only works in the field, so it's not good enough in rallies. That's perfectly fine. Then you've got priority, 17%. Flexible on 14. Woo! I think as soon as we said it doesn't work in rallies, people have gone for the niche. Woo! I honestly thought people might have been voting for the best in slot support ring. Oh shit, we're going back! 33% on the best in slot. 33% niche. That's kind of a joke. Come on, guys. Scorching Flame. Are you really going to let it go to a tiebreaker? Are you really going to let this ring, this absolute monster of a ring, go to a tiebreaker? Best in slot support, 45%. Woo! We might have our first one. We might have our first one. This looks like, literally, this tier list looks like everyone in chat is a warrior cav or warrior archer main. I shit you not. I swear to God, if you want to look at the current tier list that you guys voted for, remember, not me, you. This is the current tier list, just to, refresh everyone's memory. In the priority list, if you got any of these 5 rings in the priority list, you're going to be happy. The Radiant, Guardian. You got Ring of the Daisy, Ring of the Nightwolf. We got Tranquil Water and the Lofty Mountain. So far, the only best in slot damage ring we've got, and technically it's a damage support ring, so that's fair enough. You can be in either one, but it is going to be Lord of the Eastern Heavens. In flexible and okay rings that you can be using, we've got Ring of the Falcon, we've got Ring of the Bear, we've got Ring of the Clover, Ring of the Deer, and Ring of the Serpent making its way on. Niche, we've got Ring of the Iris, Messenger, Sacred, and Skyward Knight being obviously class specifics, and then which caught a lot of people out, Ring of the Crow, landing on the niche category with the siege lineups, and as you guys will know, we got the Seahorse, which is the counter to strategy damage, and then the healing counter, which is the shark, right? So that's kind of a nice little update for you guys. Might be just tuning in, wondering what's going on. Still furious about Crow. I hope my tier list tomorrow is a little bit better. I hope people are happier with mine. 12 votes in. Best in slot support. Jeez, 50%. 25% niche, 70% flexible, and then 8% priority. Do you know what? Boom, we're locking that in for you guys. It is Bruno. Don't get me wrong, bro. I am 100% in that boat with you. But democracy is here. And I say democracy is here. It technically is. You guys are voting, and this is what's happening. The majority is going in that position. So let's bring it back in here. We have the good old Scorching Flame on the good chopping block. And as you guys can see, this is what the current tier list looks like. And with the good old Scorching Flame being on, where did you guys think it landed? Well, in the comment section, you can put a timestamp for it if you guys want to obviously keep playing along with the video that we've been doing. But at the same time, we have the results. 8% priority. 16% believe this is a flexible ring. Which means 25% says it's niche, and the winner 50%, and the first ring on the tier list to hit the fucking location, the best in slot support ring. I'm just saying, I don't know if by live stream right now a warrior cav and warrior archer mains, but you pikemen and you infantry mains during this live stream were slacking. You guys are slacking. So what we're going to do is move on to the next ring. This is going to be a purple ring for you guys. What do you reckon it's going to be? It's no other than the good old Ring of the Boar. So you're going to be able to vote on this. Let's see what happens with the Ring of Boar. Because that is going to be obviously a poll that's kind of crazy, right? This is, again, pikeman mains. Pikeman mains, where you at? Priority, biz, damage. I'm not gonna put flexible. I'll put niche. I'll make it one of 3. Because let's be real, it's not a flexible ring by any means. You got 1 in 3 choices. Are you planning on making a run for Ramses? I don't know yet. I don't think I am. A lot of people are saying he's super insane, but I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want Elizabeth. I don't know why, but just Elizabeth just looks so more fun. But I don't have a shocker, which is really upsetting. So maybe I just wait. Maybe I skip this MGE hero and I skip Elizabeth, and whoever the next MGE hero is, maybe I go for that one. Holy shit, 6 votes in at the moment. And we got 83% saying this is the best in slot damage ring for Warrior Pikeman. If you guys want to know, you are going to be gaining a 42% increase of damage, but you do need to be below 60%. Just for you guys, so you guys can see what this ability is doing, what's the point of it. Yeah, I believe Elizabeth is the next Mightiest Governor hero, if I remember correctly from all the information that I was given. While like Timur, Cyrus, Lagerfer, and Thingy are all wheel commanders. On your server, you needed 100 million to get top 10. See, this is why I'm just saying some people were screaming at our video, but guys, our fixed MGEs, we legit have to pay anything between 20 to 40 million points. That's the best way of putting it. It is so much cheaper for players to actually get heroes, and we're not making you spend crazy for it. Haters can hate. Haters can spend 100 million points. Go for it. Yeah, Steve got his Ramses this week. Banger tune. What's the poll at? Ooh, we do have a definitive. I'll let the votes go on a little bit longer. I do think if I do this concept of heroes, it's going to be so much more popular. Because obviously people like Signet rings, but at the same time, people hate Signet rings because it's like the end game pay to win mechanic. But people really like to have their input on heroes. Like if Guan Yu's good, if Mehmed's good, if Attila's good. So I think that one will be really good as a live stream if we can pull it off and get a lot of people in, you know? And is Alexander coming out? I don't know, unfortunately, my dude. If we can get one more vote in to get that 10 vote lock, I'm happy to end the vote and we can keep moving on swiftly because we are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rings remaining. And this is one of them. So technically 8 rings are remaining and 2 of them are going to be super easy to put down. I'm going to be honest. Whoa. I need to put this here. There's 1 ring in the list that we didn't need to do. So actually, we're minus 1 ring. Because one of the rings is the XP ring. And then... yeah, there we go. I got one of the rings mixed up, actually. There we go, we fixed it out. We fixed it, chat. We fixed it. There we go. I'm going to end the poll in the next minute or two. So if you want to try and change the result, you can. But at the moment, 67% saying that the Ring of the Boar is one of the best in-slot damage rings that you can be picking up on your good old Warrior Pikeman. I like to see that. It's an epic ring. It's cheap. It's up in the top of rank. People might be happy. You know? Have a drink. Right, time is up. I don't care. 5 minutes is done. Boom. Yeah, it was disappointing. They wanted us to pay for Tamiris. I'm surprised Tamiris isn't available anywhere else at the minute. I agree with that, chat. I do be upset for you guys. So the Ring of the Boar votes in. We only had 3 options here because it made a little bit more sense for this ring. We have the best in slot damage, niche, or priority listed. 0 people said this was a priority ring. However, 66% of you guys all agreed that the Ring of the Boar, though, is going to be one of the best in slot damage rings that you can be having. And I kind of do agree with that at some point, because this is an epic ring, super cheap in order to get, meaning you can level it up over time. And honestly, getting this leveled up is a bit easier than that Messenger of Destruction. And you might want to do that first because, yeah, Messenger of Destruction and Boar do kind of want to combine together. But what's cheaper? What's easier to get done first, right? That's the question. So I kind of like to see our first epic ring all the way up into the best in slot damage for Warrior Pikeman there. So very interested. And one thing I need to kind of clear up in the video, if you guys have checked it out, I want to see how many of you were smart. One ring has changed. One ring. And it's only because of this ring. Because we had this ring and one other ring mixed up. This is the XP ring that needs to be down here. While, you guessed it, the next ring that we are going to be discussing is going to be that blue ring that we didn't do, which is, you guessed it, the good old Ring of Lily. It recovers troops. Nice and easy. Nothing complicated. Recovers 150% of troops. So it'll be interesting to see where people go with this, where it's going to land on the tier list. Let's find out. So we get that poll rolling for you guys. Let me go and again start a new one. So this is Ring of the Lily. As you guys know, blue ring, easy to get. Is it a priority ring? Or is it not? Who knows? Who fucking knows? Priority. We'll put best in slot support. We'll also put flexible. I'm not going to put niche because it's definitely not a niche ring. It's one of these 3. It's definitely one of these 3 rings. So, come on, guys. We're at the home stretch. Let's get this live stream. Let's get this a little bit of fun content complete where you guys are all involved in the video, right? So people can get excited for maybe the future. Or maybe I bring this video out first. Nah. I bring out my video first, I think. It makes more sense. Ring of the Lily, though. 9 votes already. 56% saying flexible. 33% saying best in slot support. 11% saying priority. Ooh. Someone's out there. Someone believes you need to get this foot in out there. Who do we have? On Mightiest Empire? I forgot. Is it 88 or something? 85. Close. We're against Empire 85. There we go. Ring of the Lily back on. Let's end that poll. Let's get that one done easy, quick, and peasy. And then what we'll do, I'm going to put both of these rings together because I think both of them are pretty much identical rings in the next one. So you guys can vote for them because I think they're going to be exactly in the same position. I'm going to be honest. Right. So Ring of the Lily. There we go. Let me hit the record. So 56% said Ring of the Lily was a little drum roll there. A little drum roll. It is going into... Oop, wrong button. Wrong button. Always a little bit of technical failure. But there we go. Better one. We landed into the flexible roll, and I actually don't mind that. It is a pretty flexible ring, let's be real. It's probably up here with the other Ring of the Clover. Both of these are basically doing some sort of sustain. This is recovering troops. Some people might not like that compared to Ring of the Clover, which is just reducing damage, right? So let's see how good, though, the next two rings are. Because honestly, these two rings are pretty much identical to each other. However, one of the rings does one, and the other ring does the opposite. And hopefully you guys can guess this, because afterwards we're going to do the upgrades too, which is kind of funny. But we are going to be doing the good old Ring of Tulip, as well as the good old Ring of Rose. So if you guys don't know, they're pretty much the exact same ring. This is going to deal strategy damage to the enemy troop, and this is going to be maxed out to 125%. And when you look at the Ring of Tulip, which you get completely for free again, this is 125% as well. So you can choose which one. This is for might, the other one's for strategy. They're both exactly the same. Do you guys think they're good rings? Do you think they're flexible rings? Do you think they're best in slot support or damage rings? Let's find out in this invite of this poll. There's no way you guys vote some crazy shit. If you guys put these as priority, I'm gonna fucking end it. I'm joking, I'm not. I'm not. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, I'll show you all the rankings in a second, guys. We're almost done on this. I honestly just want to get this done, and then we can chill out and quickly answer any of the things you guys need, you know? So this is the Ring of the Tulip as well as Ring of the Rose. So just remember, guys, you're voting on both Ring of the Tulip and Ring of the Rose. Both are basically the exact same rings, just complete polar opposites. One does might, one does strategy. 33%. Nah. I see there's only 3 votes. I know whoever's voted priority A is doing that to take the piss. There's no way. There's no shot. Flexible. There we go. 75% in the flexible. I do agree with these, by the way, what you guys are putting here. More flexibles. Keep flexing, chat. Keep flexing. And don't worry, by the way, we have been looking into those extra or new emojis. I'm going to try and sort them out over the weekend for the live stream. Please tell your Krakens to enjoy Mother's Day. It's weird because our Mother's Day isn't today in the UK. Our Mother's Day was a couple of months back, if I remember right. Or something like that. Or maybe a couple of months in the future. I don't know. I can't remember. It's not now, though. I know that. End of March. There you go. We had it at end of March in the UK. If you guys have been enjoying the stream, by the way, all I ask for you guys to do is hit the like button. That's all we need. Show some free support. I do want to shout out again to Metal Injection, if you're still in the chat watching in the background, for gifting 5 subs. So we got 5 new enrollments in the Sneaky Army here. So glad you guys enjoyed those free subs. You can thank Metal Injection for that. As well as Troy sending in the $2 donor, asking a question about, obviously, the crit ring, if I'm still using it on Lubu, which I am. So kind of little bit of review on that, or want to show a bit of appreciation. But we're going to end the poll there, and I think that is a very good one. You guys make me proud. Honestly, you guys make me proud there, because when we look at the results at the end, honestly, chat, I've got this one pretty much bang on. Ring of the Rose and Ring of the Tulip. Both of these rings are very basic rings, and they honestly do one job and one job alone, which is deal damage. But the beautiful thing is, they are super, super flexible. We have over 81% of the vote all going into the flexible ring, and that's where both of these are going to be going. So you got to think, these rings are super flex. You can put them on pretty much any march, any might march, any strategy march, and guess what? You're going to get at least a bit of spike damage while you wait for any of the other rings. You got to remember, in this tier list, guys, any ring here doesn't mean it's bad. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So we're not saying Messenger of Destruction, Sacred Sage, Skyward are bad rings. We're not saying Falcon, Bear, and Deer are bad rings. What we're trying to say to you are, these rings fit these categories, and this is technically what you guys are voting on, right? Just to give it a little bit of a clean up there. We've got only 5 rings remaining, and one ring that I am going to be putting on my own. I know we're breaking the rule here, but it is going to be the good old Infoldant Sun. And this Infoldant Sun, I know where you guys are going to put it, and that's why I'm going to skip this. And I'm even going to double check and write a random poll to double check. But I am predicting the future. But you guys are going to say niche. And the reason why you guys are going to say niche is the same for all of the other 4. It makes sense. They're all in the same group. Do you want to run Warrior Pikeman? You're going to run this one. Martial Pikeman? You're running this one. Warrior Infantry? You're running this one. Here, it is gonna be for your tacticians. And even Bruno is saying this is a quality of life ring to me, because let's be real, it is a quality of life ring. You need it as a quality of life experience as a Suleiman main. If you don't have it, it's kind of a little bit shit, let's be real, right? So I'm putting it in here. If you are a Suleiman main and you want to hate on me for doing that, wrong channel, bruh. Wrong channel, bruh. So let's move on. We've only got 4 rings remaining for this video and this live stream. And I want to say again, thank you for everyone who's participated through all of it. And this video can be rewatched in the description down below again for you guys if you're checking it out when this gets uploaded. Most likely Monday, I want to say, when this has gone live. Who knows, right? But definitely on the next week. So the final 4. Final countdown. We've got what I would say again, chat, is the exact same rings we've just done but upgraded. We've got the Infoldant Sun and Azure Moon combo. So let's do these individually, because these might be a little bit different to each other, because some people might say one ring is better than the other for different reasons. So I am going to split these 2 apart, because I do think that is true myself, right? So the Azure Moon is going to be on the chopping block first. Let's see where the Azure Moon lands, and then we will do another poll straight after, do the Infoldant Sun, and we'll come back and give you guys those results. There you guys go. So let's get those done. You, Steve, instantly defo niche. Defo niche. I'm not using this. Both quality of life. Right, do you know what? Fuck this. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Priority. I'm going to put best in slot damage, because that's a damage ring. I'm going to put niche, because it is either a niche ring. It's not a flexible ring, because it's not. It's literally for one thing. There you go. Azure Moon. So this is the ring we're doing first, guys. Azure Moon. Xerium, Sneaky, how's Age of Empires Mobile? Never played it, only played Call of Dragons. How would you compare this to Call of Dragons? Age of Empires Mobile honestly has way more content and just way more things to be doing. It's very similar to playing stuff like Whiteout Survival and those games where you've got stuff to do. I honestly feel like the hero progression is really good. I actually think generally the progression in game is pretty good. The only bad side and the dark side of, let's say, Age of Empires Mobile, which anyone will probably agree with me on, is these Signet rings is one of them, as well as your cosmetics store. Your cosmetics do add up over time, but those are the two things that are more pay to win. But I know a lot of free-to-play players that are just enjoying the game because they can enjoy the game, you know? And some people don't feel pressured, so I hope that answers it. Missing Attila for the first time proved to me you should collect heroes like Pokemon. Yep. That's what I've been doing, guys. I've been unlocking pretty much every single hero that I can. The only one I haven't unlocked is Justinian. Right? So let's see what we got here. Niche 38%, quality of life ring 38%. Do you know what? We're going to end the poll there, and I'm going to put that in the quality of life because I want to make someone really, really upset. I want to make someone fuming, because I know there's going to be those tacticians out there, right? So the results are in 5 minutes later. I do apologize with all the cuts, but it is what it is. Azure Moon 37% says niche and 37% says it's a quality of life ring. And you know what that means? We're going to be putting it in the quality of life rings because Suleiman and Tactician Archers are all trash. All of them are trash. So what we're going to be doing because of that position is, as you guys can see in the background now, we're going to be doing the opposite. Is Fulgent Sun the Might counterpart? Is that gonna be joining Moon in the quality of life rings and trigger every single Age of Empires mobile player in the game? Or are you gonna be nicer and place it a little bit higher on the tier list? Let's see what you guys vote on. Angry cringe. I know, Fulgent Sun has lower damage, so if people vote this higher, oh my god, the comment section on this video, people are gonna go fucking crazy. That's why I've done this on purpose now. I'm like, fuck it, they want to play into it, we'll play into it. Priority, we've got best in slot damage, we've got niche, and we've got QOL. There you go, guys. Final 3 rings. We've only got 2 epic rings remaining. 2 epic rings remaining, chat. So we're at the finish line, and then we can chill out for a little bit. But it's been a really fun stream. I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of work, don't get me wrong, on my end and stuff, but it's been cool. It's been cool. Mm, 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 mm. 11 votes already in. Woo! No, there's no seasonal resets in this game. It honestly is a better game than Call of Dragons, but Call of Dragons, no matter what anyone will argue, I will always say to this day, and I'm always fair, Call of Dragons does have the best PvP. Like, if you want that open field, smooth gameplay of PvP and ranged combat, especially ranged combat, then it's a no-brainer. Call of Dragons is number 1. But the game just is super pay to win. Like, I'm going to be honest, guys, the amount of money I have to put into Call of Dragons is crazy. Like, just crazy compared to this game. Like, I can just enjoy playing this game. Literally. I can just enjoy it. Which I find just good. That's what people want. Bro, 50% are going into the quality of life ring arenas. Right, I don't care. We're ending it. We're going to make people triggered while we got 2 rings remaining for you guys in this stream, right? So let's get this all finale done, basically. Results are in. Infoldant Sun. Is it going to be any better? Well, 8% of you guys said it was a niche ring, so it's not going in that category. 16% says best in slot damage ring. 25% says priority, meaning just like Pokemon Sun and Moon, these are going down in the dumpster. And the thing is, if you guys didn't know, if you did vote any higher on this Effulgent Sun, you fucked up. Because as Bruno says, and including myself, Azure Moon does have, if we go into game and showcase this, Effulgent Sun, when you max this bad boy out, 400%. When we look at Azure Moon here, guess what? It has 480%. You got 80% more damage. And yeah, but for you guys, it is not good enough. So when we look at the actual tier list that you guys have all voted, and this has taken so far over 3 hours to do live, but it's been fun all the way. I want to say thank you for all the guys that have been watching this video so far. We're down to the final 2 rings. We have the good old Ring of Lion and the Ring of Badger remaining. These are the last 2 rings to go. So I'm going to end it with Ring of the Badger and then the final ring, Ring of the Lion. Let's see where these 2 line up on here. Azure was my first legendary ring. Oh no. Could be worse. You could have bought this ring like I did. Oh no. I love how you guys are so honest. Like, dude, I fucked up. I fucked up. So, Ring of the Badger, priority. Best in slot support. You reckon it's just a really good flexible ring? Ooh. Or is it niche? Just pissed my marks up the wall. There we go. Ring of Badger. That's the vote we're doing right now. So if you guys don't know, this does, for the first 18 seconds when you're in combat, when entering battle, you reduce your troops' normal attack and second strike damage taken. So this is a tanking one, right? So 31.5% reduction in secondary strike, skill damage, and normal attacks. Do you guys like it? Is it a ring that you guys really enjoy? Do you think it's a priority ring or not? Let's see. Let's see the votes. Pull it up. I just replying to one of the messages. I do apologize. Yeah, Zoo is good for Ramses. Use the Infoldant Sun and Miyamoto is a mistake, I guess. Should I replace it? Burke. All I'm going to say to you, my dude, this list is voted by the live chat. So, do you want to take it seriously? Who knows? But it's just fascinating to find where people put these votes. I'm just saying that now. We've got 11 votes in though. Currently, priority is 18%. Flexible, 18%. Niche, 18%. Best in slot support ring, 45% of you guys have got that in there. I'll let it cook for a couple of minutes, and then we can do the final ring, and we'll do the final ring live. for you guys. I can tell you it's not good in warrior archers. I don't know about Mia. That thing sits in my inventory out of shame. Oh my god. How can you roast the signet ring even harder? Right, we're going to end this poll. No one's going in. We're going to start the last one while we are doing it, which is Ring of the Lion. So this is going to be the last ring you guys need to vote on, and we are done. We've done every single ring. You guys have been pog champers, and we can technically end the video there for this part of the video until I need to do the rest of it, you know, off stream, let's just say. Priority, we've got best in slot support again. We've got, I don't care if Trojan's live, bro. I'm too busy. Like you should see, I'm too busy. That's a slot niche. Ring of the Lion. There we go, guys. Last vote while I close out this last bit and then get into the Ring of the Lion section. So I'll let you guys vote while we are recording this little bit for fun. But the good old Ring of the Badger results did come in, and one actually surprising. I'm going to be honest. This was surprising. I'm going to be honest, because Ring of the Badger, over 45% of chat voted for this ring to go and take a place in the best in slot support rings. And I can kind of see why some people might be saying that, because right now in the meta is Lubu, it's Mulan, it's even Hannibal and stuff, right? All this secondary strike skill and just troop normal attack damage. It's absurd. It's an absurd amount of burst damage, but the Ring of the Badger there does counter it. It allows you to technically reduce that damage output, and maybe in the future, it's still going to be doing that. It means it's pretty good on, again, any of the other formations. Let's just say like pikemen are happy with this, infantry are happy with this as well, so not too bad on there. But you guys voted for the best in slot for the support role. And while we are doing that, as you guys should know, the last ring that's been going, as we've been talking about it, is the Ring of the Lion. This is the very final ring you guys can vote for in today's video, in today's live stream. And I want to say thank you again. I know I've been saying it a lot in this video and during the live, but it is without you guys joining in, making this, you know, fun and participating, we can't make this type of content, right? So Ring of the Lion, this is a jack of all trades. We have a ring that is going to increase any of your heroes when you equip it, might, strategy, and armor by 65 points. It's a flat attribute, and you can whack this on anyone because it's going to be hitting every single attribute. Ring of the Lion, where do you guys think it's going to be? Because at the moment, when we look at the voting for it, we have 33% winning currently, but 25% says niche, 25% says best in slot support, and 17% says priority. So currently in the lead is Flexible at 33%, and we're going to be ending that poll there to end technically you guys voting for all of these rings, meaning the final ring for this live stream, for this tier list that you, the community, Age of Empires Mobile, and the Sneaky Army all voted for, is getting placed, and that is Flexible Ring of the Lion. So what can we take from this? Well, a couple of things. Is this tier list correct? Who knows? You make that decision. But what I can say is a lot of you guys have similar thoughts, meaning any of these messengers, you know, the Immortal Wings, the Sacred Sage, Skyward Knight, these rings are amazingly powerful rings. All of you guys said that in chat. The issue with them is they are niche rings. You need to use them on specific matches, and that is honestly a massive cost, especially for 4,000 coins. And think about it, for 4,000 coins, guys, you could be picking up any of these priority rings. So you could be picking up 2 of these rings right here. You could even pick up a Tranquil Water, a Nightwolf, a Boar, a Badger, right? You could even be picking up Falcon, Lion, Bear. You could be going all down these routes. So at the end of the day, it is up to you what you want to unlock in your rings. Just make sure when it comes to investments in Signet rings, you do pick some good rings. This is you guys, your tier list. I want to say thank you for it. And at the end of the video, you will see a comparison between your tier list and my tier list. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. It's been a pleasure for you guys. Smash a like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, stay safe, stay sneaky, guys. Peace out. And there you go. Recorded all for you guys live through this last 3.5 hours. But we got through it. And like I said, this is something new. I've never done it before. And hopefully in the future, I can do another one with a bit more response, right? Hopefully I can put a Discord announcement and get people notified. So maybe 2 or 3 days, you know, in advance. If you come in on, I don't know, Friday, Saturday, 1700 UTC, we'll do another tier list for all heroes, and you guys can vote for those heroes. But that's gonna be an amazing video for next week, so hopefully guys look forward to it, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be real, my tier list and your tier list look very, very different. I'm gonna be real, they really do. Our tier lists look a lot different than each other. So tomorrow's video, when it comes out with all these Signet rings, hopefully you guys enjoy it, right? So what we're going to do, just to pick up the mood, to finish things off on a kind of high on the stream, we're going to do some legendary advent wheel spins. I need to get at least 20 spins done for my Mehmed. So we're going to be doing that for there. And boom, instantly the game knows. Give me those sculptures, boys. Give me those sculptures, boys. Give me them sculptures, boys. Okay, maybe not. But here we go. Spin. We got 1. We're on 9. Hit the back. Spin. We got 2. Pull it back. Spin. And there we go. Hit the final one. We've got that 20 bomb unlock, and we can kind of show off what the count looks like now, if you guys are wondering what we've been doing. Because on our formations and heroes, let me look what Mans is saying. Look at that. Woo! Oh, do you know what? Oh, yeah. Boom. I could try and get that 16. I could. But there's 36 there, so, you know what I mean? And then we'll have a 3-star Mansa Musa, which is kind of sick if you think about it. We've got 3-star Mansa this season. We've got 3-star Mehmed this season too. We unlocked our Charlemagne down here, as well as Saladin. Saladin's 1-star. Charlemagne's here. Tamiris 1-star as well. So we got them all there. What I've been working on, well, you guys should be happy. All of my warrior pikemen are completed. Yes, I have finished doing all the level 40 skills, so that is one lineup done. And all I'm doing now is finishing off my Tribuana. It sounds crazy, but for some reason I completely forgot my Tribuana wasn't finished. So literally my Tribuana has been in my lineup with level 35 skills. So I have now got her to 40, and I'm going to work on these ones to, you know, 40 as well. As soon as Tribuana is done, I'm on the glory straight, because I can then work on my Marshall Pikeman. And this is one match I've been wanting to fully work on and use for a long time, and even use in like Wonder Contest, Battle of Dawn, my Empire, and in my Apex arena too, because I think my Marshall Pikemen are definitely stronger being 4 and 3 stars across all of the heroes. So I really do like it. I need to at some point unequip all of my rings and then re-equip all of the rings back and try and sort that out. That's going to be a different day. The only thing I need to do if I'm going to do anything on my account, and this is one thing I've been honestly thinking about for a while, is do I just get it? Do I just save up and get my Sacred Sage? Because if I save up and get my Sacred Sage, it's done, and my Marshall Pikemen have everything they need. And then I also have the Messenger Destruction, which I could do for my Warrior Pikeman. And I'll be honest, I don't really care about this ring here. I couldn't care about this ring here. I couldn't care about this ring either, to be honest. Or this one. So like, the only other ring I really care about is the Scorching Flame. And then if someone in chat wants to scream at me, it would be the Siege ones, right? Cubone in chat if he's still there. Obviously wanting the Siege rings, so maybe I get Siege rings at the end. But yeah, these are the only 2 rings I care about, and it's quite expensive to get 8,000 to get them both. But do I just do it? Before you finish all the Pikes projects, you will. Don't get me wrong, even if they release, you know, stronger infantry, you guys got to remember, when it comes to my infantry, I'm not slacking either, you know? So for my infantry, you know, I have my 4-star Miyamoto, and I've got my Yoda at 3-star, right? So I've got both of them. Even a 3-star Tribuana, my infantry are really good, you know? It's just I don't use them, and I don't like them. I personally just, I'm an archer guy, so I hunt these motherfuckers down, you know? So it is one of them. It is one of them. But yeah, we had a little bit of fun there. I think it's been a pretty good stream. We did over, like I said, 3.5 hour stream. We've gone through all of the rings. You guys voted for them all, which was super fun. And then, to finish it up, we also can see if I do anything on my facility. Oh, yeah, we can. Boy. 450. Easy. Easy. As soon as we get this training hall done, we can move down. This is what I'm saying. I did make a mistake with this one, but it is what it is. I'm still happy with my milling. I would honestly have this 5 out of 10 because of the food production. Food is just AIDS. But yeah, I'll be happy with that. Get these 2 5 out of 10, and then working down on these 2, and then these 2, and then this one. That's what I'm going to be doing. And then I'll start working on my milling side of things. No, thank you. we don't need any of those packages at the moment. We're chilling. If you guys are wondering, a little update. We're 3 days away on my research. So if you look on here, 3 days, and then we've unlocked the health, and then I can just do these ones, and then T7 Cav is unlocked, and the road to save the speed ups continue. So you can obviously unlock both T7s at the same time. We'll start working on the pikemen, and it'll do infantry at the very, 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 very end. So yeah, man, I want to say thank you to honestly all of you guys that have kept me entertained. We've been obviously fluctuating in the views, and we will be obviously I want to say fluctuating the views, but I want to say thank you to all of you guys, because all of you guys have been in the live stream. You guys took part in the content. You guys obviously kept me entertained, and hopefully us two communicating together was super fun. And yeah, it was really good. No, I haven't got T7. That's what's funny. I'm killing people, and I'm not T7 yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing damage, and I'm slapping, and I'm not T7. So just wait until I unlock that T7. You know? That's what's gonna be crazy. That's what's gonna be crazy. Look at that T7. Don't get me wrong, I could have probably easily got there by now if I did some focusing, but you gotta remember, you guys want me to do 3-star hero testing, and you guys wanted me to do, you know, T7 testing in that realm. So in order to do 3-star hero testing, I've spent more on heroes over tech, which people don't understand. There's different, you know what I mean? There's different management sides. You could rush your tech first and then go on to heroes. I worked on heroes and then start doing tech, because my philosophy is, if I've unlocked the hero, I can use the hero. I'll get my tech at some point, you know? So the only hero I literally missed out with these two, and I'm cool with that. I can get Justinian in the daily chest if I want to, but for missing only 2 Mightiest Governor events and then the VIP heroes, yeah, I think I'm done pretty good. I don't think people have accounts like mine, like at my power level. People probably only have 1 match and that's it. Well, I'm rocking fucking, yeah, I'm rocking a roster. So it is a little bit different, but you gotta remember, I am doing that for content creation purposes. So if we did focus up, we'd have been T7 easily by now. Easy. So let's claim all of that. Let's sort out the event center. Yeah. Send this guy out to obviously go kill shit. I need to empty my stamina for my good old skill points so we can level up our Tribuana. And that's pretty much it, guys. I think we've done a fucking sick stream. I'm gonna be honest, I'm drained. I'm drained after doing that, because that was a lot of work going in and out and not just vibing really easily. But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure. I want to say thank you one last time to Metal Injection for the 5 gifted subs. I want to say thank you to Troy for the $2 donation. I also want to thank all of you guys that voted in every one of the polls and participated in the content and just honestly enjoyed the experience. Hopefully in the future stream we're gonna put an announcement out and give you guys a little bit of notice so we can get more people in and do a hero pool vote. You know what I mean? I want you guys to do another tier list, but you guys can vote on heroes. Which heroes are going to be the best, which heroes are going to be the worst, and we can add that onto the channel too if this video has done pretty good. You know what I mean? So we'll soon find out. We'll soon find out. So until next stream, I want to say thank you very much. And you know the drill here, guys. You know the drill. Stay safe, guys. Stay sneaky, and peace out.